Hello,
That's it. I'm out of
fans.
here.
After like a month and a half, I finally fixed the Zoom Twitch hookup on the invite. So
Way to go.
this works again until they change stuff again.
What is why head? Why are you being stupid?
I do what I want.
Does do it.
You don't know my life.
I just accept that there's going to be like this little space.
Yeah.
Get this. See, if I get the right angle, I get a little hat. Where's my hat?
Oh no.
Where'd it go? Oh, I can't get it now. Oh, damn it. Of course, when I want to know. Oh, there we go. Little hat. It's my Zoom hat.
Zoom hat. Mark, where are our character keepers?
I posted them in the messenger chat.
Thank you.
Should have
I
the
have to
character
remember who
keeper
I
there.
am.
And
I know. On my
Who
way
am
home, I was
I?
like, wait, I'm
I feel like these are not going to be nice.
I'm a
Yeah,
Fayborn
probably
guy, and I hate that artist dude.
Oh, I'm the like sweet guy. I'm finally
Oh,
playing
yeah.
a nice character.
You're the ox
God.
who's
Ox.
allergic to pollen and has a big mandible bracelet through your
Oh
arm.
yeah, I've got a.
That's
Oh,
right. Oh
things
yeah,
are
my
not
drive
going
was.
well.
I must destroy all works of Ahino the debauched painter.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That motherfucker.
Do you remember how you got burns on your hands?
My fire, I tried to
How
like
did
do a
that burn?
fire illusion and it was too good.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It became
and
real
Peter's
fire.
eating bees.
Yeah, Peter's all fucked up.
Where are the list? Where's the eating bees thing?
It's found under conditions. You got stabbed in the shoulder.
Oh,
you're bound
okay.
To a
Wait, I
demon,
can
and you
scroll
have to
this.
eat
Got it.
bees.
Oh, I just remembered.
Crave
that,
sugar,
yeah.
and you got stung in your mouth a whole bunch.
Oh, Orlin.
But your rune's only
All the
3, so you're doing
L
great.
characters.
I feel like these sessions are hard enough and we do them every week. Get a couple weeks off. I'm like, what? Who am I? What's happening?
Mark could be saying anything about our characters.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Oh, don't you remember? And you were a human helicopter, and then
Yeah.
Peter
yeah.
liked to vomit rainbows. And
Oh yeah.
Not impossible for this game.
Oh.
Sounds more like ultraviolet grasslands, but
you've been challenged to wrestle a
Troika.
bear.
That's right.
so at the end of the last one, you saw the big moose coming out of the forest and told some stories about the moose, and then I think headed into the forest proper after getting off of the poppy field or whatever it was.
Yeah,
better
we were.
switch my
What
background.
were we entering? Like ring 3 of 5?
Yeah, you are entering ring 3 of 5.
Vaguely familiar.
Yeah, the trees become crowded the closer one gets to the forest hearts.
Oh, I have no video filters. Oh well.
Arr.
Ooh. I know that there's one with flowers.
Video killed the filters for Peter.
Oh, there's
I guess I've
Snapchat.
never
I can always
downloaded.
do some freaky stuff.
Get freaky.
Cool.
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh. that's not
Whoa.
that freaky.
Nicole became an
Whoa.
icon.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay, okay. Whew.
I'm not a bee.
And someone you got stuff from the other bee hunters who
Oh, right. Who
Fucked up
attacked
the
us.
That's right. We defeated them or something.
you got like a big stinger. You still have
Oh,
that?
yeah.
There was a
I wanna
pouch.
say-
A
I think I
pouch
was-
of, like,
I was carrying the stinger, I think, because I seem to remember it being in my pouch,
Yeah.
and my pouch fell in the water. I had to
Mm.
go get.
Oh
the
yeah, did you lose
pouch.
it? Maybe.
No, I got it
Yes.
back,
Oh,
but
you got it
there,
back.
some things happened that were bad. I got covered in goop from the
Oh
water,
yeah, super goop.
something like that.
And you had a map that kind of showed like the routes that they were patrolling the bees, and kind of like a couple locations where the hive could be. What was the other thing you got there?
Eyes are all irritated from prosthetics today.
Oof. Oh, you had the anti-venom. Did you use that?
I don't remember us using an
I don't
anti.
think we did.
Okay.
Then again, I don't remember getting the
Yeah,
anti.
I don't know if we
particularly
knew.
either, so
I also
I may
don't know
not
if
be
we
the
knew
best
what it
one.
was.
Mm.
Ow! What is that? What is happening? Ow! Ow! What's happening in my ear?
Oh no.
It's weird. I was like, is my earbud shocking me or something? What's going on?
Oh, jeez.
I was leaning over to get something and
Stay safe.
felt something very strange going on in my left earbud. It was not
Spiders.
fun.
The spider is pouring out of the earbud.
Not enough room on my desk anymore. Ow, man, what is going on?
Oh
This is
no.
weird.
Oh no.
That is bizarre, man.
And this is
And
how he
disconcerting.
finally got his electroshock therapy.
Man, I hope you don't have like a loose connection there or something.
Right? I mean, but the thing is, the whole earbud is like rubber. So I'm like, how is that even possible? Or silicone?
Hmm.
Now I'm scared of my left earbud. Pull some other earbuds out.
Condition.
BGN.
Yeah,
mono.
right. This game's coming into real life, man.
Sting.
Bees. Yeah, we have baby tarantulas in our house.
Oh,
But
Yeah, I found one.
I almost
crawling
stepped on
across
one the other day and it was like,
Oh, no.
no.
Yeah, there's one crawling across the office floor, lying in the beanbag, and she's like, "There's also a mouse that lives here." So I thought it was a mouse just walking along, but nope, it was a spider trucking along. I put a jar over him, and took him outside, and then Nicole sat on one. It was like, no, very feisty.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were here.
But since there's two of them, there's probably 100 other ones.
I know. I was like, there's probably 2 of thousands.
All right, we're ready to go to the forest.
maybe I'm
Well,
gonna roll
try
the
my best.
back in.
Oh no.
Zap.
Aw.
I'm
Stabbed
scared.
in the shoulder. Ow. Bound to a demon. Must eat bees. Craves sugar. Repeatedly stung. Mouth pain.
From eating bees.
Swipe
I
left.
remember Crew's character was like academic-y person.
Yeah, a condemned or like.
Expelled
Oh,
apprentice.
and everyone recognizes him. They're like, oh,
Oh, that's right.
I recognize you. Beha, you son of a bitch.
Oh, big eye, son of a bitch.
Remembering things. And then who's the other one? Also like is very performative.
Mm,
It's the Fae guy. Yeah. Okay.
illusions, glamour, and night walk.
Now I feel like maybe it shocks me when I touch my laptop, but that's also weird. Whatever it is,
No.
Also not good.
Oh, no.
Also
there's
not
various
good.
weird options available to me. Oh,
Man, we are not in good shape.
Yeah.
The demon is the scourge enemy of crops, flowers, bees. Oh boy.
All right.
Oh yeah, we called it in the circle of skulls or something.
Yeah. Just because why
I
not?
don't remember.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. Oof. Is there a link to like a PDF of? Oh no, wait, I have the PDF here somewhere.
yeah, I think I did too.
Trophy Dark.
There's also a reference tab
Yeah.
in the sheet there.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Thank
It
you.
has everything. laid
Yeah, I
out for
think
you
I
to
might
see.
have done something with the PDF, like thrown it away. I don't see it where I would normally. I think I remember thinking,
yeah,
I don't really
I
need.
did
I don't think I
too.
ever looked at it for this game because.
Yeah, it's pretty. You have your risk roll, your ruin rolls. Once you get to 5, you can start bringing your ruin back down. And that's about it. If you fight a monster, you die. So it's
Yes, I
pretty-
like
pretty
to don't fight
straightforward there.
monsters.
yeah. Yeah, cool. So, you're in the forest. You've actually gone into the forest proper. Trees are getting denser. The buzz is a constant background thing happening now. Just a little, like, you don't notice it until like every once in a while it dips down and then comes back up. And you can actually see overhead there are flights of it could be patrols, could be scouts, but they, from the ground, they look a lot larger than regular bees. So probably some more of those fist-sized bees going out to grab pollen and come back.
I say we just leave and go home.
We're
that's,
out.
That's a really
Yeah.
good idea.
I think if my character had a lot of common sense, he would, but he's determined.
I feel like this is like the
Gotta let
movie.
my brother out of jail.
The movie. It's like the movie War Games, where the only winning move is not to
It's
play.
Not to play.
Yeah. That's most RPGs. Like
Yeah.
adventuring is a real bad idea in general.
I have to get my brother's freedom from Barstool Prison.
Yep.
There is no other way.
Yeah, and you got a demon pushing you forward, so
But that's right. There's,
Obeya's just dragging us
oh,
behind
but that's
him.
right. I want to go get
I
that.
guess, okay.
I want to go get the honey so I can ruin that fucking Abiho or Ahino's.
oh yeah,
Works.
something about the royal jelly like ruining
Yeah.
his patina
His
or
paints.
whatever.
They would all
Yeah.
just fade to nothingness.
man.
Anything he did
Yeah.
with the royal jelly paints. That's what drives me on.
I just learned
Excellent.
about it. An American painter
Hey.
who did all sorts of experiments with like new kinds in the 19th century, got it, to get different colors and things like that. And apparently what he wound up using reacted badly with the varnish that he put on it. So the paintings have just gotten darker and darker over the decades and centuries. And now nobody really remembers the painter because none of his work can be displayed.
That's right. It's my goal for
Oh
a
my
Ahino.
gosh.
Sounds like something someone would do on purpose.
Limited.
It's like the app that Mark has for his Facebook that like makes it darker. And
Oh yeah, just
Oh, that makes it slowly disappear.
yeah, like over the course of an hour, it just like gets darker or fades and fades and fades and fades.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
Get out.
Oh my gosh.
I need to rewrite that down. Tasty forest.
Oh, I do love a romantic landscape.
What is your like configuration while you're traveling? Not that you're like need to have like a marching order or anything.
I
but-
remember that Orland does a lot of the actual setting up of things.
So Orland's kind of like pushing through the forest first, and the others are following behind.
Yeah, I imagine that I'm like catching all the spider webs that
Oh, yeah.
Very few spider webs. Funnily
Sorry,
enough.
she's not home right now. She's walking in the spider webs. Leave a message, and he'll call you back.
Call you back.
Yeah, no
Or maybe
spiders,
he's
but
like
you do see.
smooshing trees or stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like the forest is like denser. There's a lot more underbrush than there was in the outer parts. But you do see up ahead, not a spider, but something like dog size, like big dog sized, kind of snuffling around. There's a
Aw.
like almost a clearing up ahead, and you can see it's probably that big, kind of snuffling
Yeah.
around. And as you get closer, you see that it is a very large bee. It's kind of, and there's some, there are some batches of flowers in there, and it's kind of like poking at it with its big antennae and kind of like trying to get stuff off it, but there's, it's big.
It's big, man.
And as you kind of approach the clearing, or to as close as you can see it, you see each other like stop, and the head just like swivels towards you, and the antennae are. What do you do?
Last time I encountered something weird, I tried to befriend it, and I got this millipede bracelet.
Yeah,
so
we keep trying to
probably
befriend stuff and it never seems to work out well.
Not gonna try it anymore. I think I might have learned.
Are Obeha and Asto pretty close behind, or are they a little bit further
I
back?
think Oveja is probably pretty close behind. I think he's like sort of blustery, like, yes, clear out those.
I would say I would think
Like
we stay
uselessly
probably.
micromanaging.
I'd stay especially. I
Yes.
say, especially after like we got all separated a while back. We
Yeah.
probably stick pretty close together.
Stick a little closer than you need to.
Do not
yeah.
Yeah,
party.
Obeha, when you see this large bee, you do get kind of like a pang in your gut that
Oh,
pushes you
no.
forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing serious yet,
Salivating.
but just sort of like almost as if you're like stumbling forward a little bit.
Okay.
And the bee is still trying to like figure out what's there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oveja has also been stung so much at this point.
Is this bee
We-
like directly like in our path, like where we need to go?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably go around it, but it has sensed something there,
Mhm.
so that might be.
And we don't know that Obey has been munching on bees, do we?
Yeah, you did the thing where you like your mouth distended and ate all those bees, but that was when
All
you were by
those bees.
yourself, right?
He's by himself, so we don't. I
Yeah.
don't know that we know to keep him away from bees.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Like I don't. For some reason, I feel like we're not privy to the details of his condition.
Yeah,
We're like, he's got that demon and it's helping us.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah. What is the demon
I think it's
again?
That was the
Enemy of crops, flowers, and bees.
yeah.
Oh, so
it was
I
the
have to eat
scourge.
bees to appease the demon.
Yeah,
At a
and it
price.
is ostensibly helping you with the bees.
Oh, my brother's name is Krill. My husband's name was Arl. Killing a coworker at the mine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think Orlin is also very. The reason I'm driven so much to get Krill out is that I'm a devoted widow because I maybe had an affair with his wife or something.
Mm.
I have to let him out. Anyway, more Orlin backstory. Just sad man.
A sad man.
Sad man.
And as
Some honey.
as you've like not doing anything, the bee kind of like it's on the ground. It has wings. It can fly, but it is sort of like snuffling the
Yeah.
ground towards you and waving towards you and approaching to where you are at the edge of the clearing.
I think I'm gonna sit still and pretend to not be.
Yeah, I don't think any of my negotiation or trickery can really help out here.
Negotiate with the bee. Sir bee, I would like to parley.
Partly.
I mean, I could become a bull if we need it, but bees don't usually hang out by themselves. I'm
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
gun
I'm
shy
gonna-
after the millipede. Just gonna
Yeah.
sit still.
Yeah.
You did go through that big flower patch, and you
Are covered in.
are kind of covered in pollen. A little
I
bit. And then-
do
yeah. Go for it.
have the ability. I do have my illusions ability.
Ooh.
I could like.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, feeling some illusions happening.
I don't know if
Yeah,
my
that
trickery
sounds
can
good.
help out with that.
Thinking in the
What do I have?
other, like some direction we want the
Patience.
bee to go away from us.
Mhm.
Perhaps I will create a very large and appealing flower,
Oh.
very bright colors, covered in layers of dusty pollen, just so much voluminous pollen. It's just dusting off onto the ground.
Obeha starts salivating at this.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely be a risk roll if you want to try and make an illusion like on the opposite side of the clearing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, it's
Oscar,
like a little meadow-ish, like 20, 30 feet across, probably.
the unmasked
Um,
Feyborn will do.
Nice. So you are definitely illusions gives you a light die. Would you like a devil's bargain for this?
Depends on what it is. What you
Mm.
got?
And
What
this
ki-
is something that happens no matter what.
Yeah, this happens fail or succeed. And I think the illusion is probably going to happen either way. The success or failure is, does the bee fall for it?
Makes sense.
And
I
I would say
Oh, go ahead.
maybe a devil's bargain would be when B gets it or not, Obeha definitely does see it, and needs to get some of that. Needs to get some of that.
Sweet, sweet.
Factor there.
Oh man.
I'll throw in that the dog-sized bee that we can see will shuffle towards the flower. Also, a whole bunch of other dog-sized bees will want to get in on the action.
I kind of feel like
But the Obeha one is a stronger.
I feel like I have to take the Obeha one
Yeah.
based on the fact that it just plays so well into the fact that I don't know about his
Yeah.
heart condition
And,
and could lead to just interesting story things involving Obeha. So
Nice.
yeah,
Get that
we're gonna have to do that. I think it's too good.
And then you definitely get a dark die for using your ritual. So
Wait, what?
that's,
I forgot. Are these 20-sided?
these are 6s.
Oh, there's 6s as per usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll do 2 light dice, 1 dark die. I guess
Uh-huh.
the first 2 will be light and the last one will be dark.
Yes, that's
Alright.
the plan. Here they go.
Ba-ba-ba.
Bucks, no whammies. 6, 4, 5.
Ooh, a 6. That totally does it.
Oh, you're in the other room. Not warm and pleasant, but bees.
Oh, I just
Oh, yeah.
saw one linked somewhere, and I
Bees.
clicked that link.
Cool.
Bees. I'm in the bees room.
Cool. 6
Cool.
totally does it.
I'm
Can you
in
remind us of
full
the
success.
roll mechanics, Mark, while
Yeah,
we're
so-
relearning this entire game?
Yeah. So you when you do something risky, you will roll 1 die if you have a skill or trait that helps you with that. You can get another light die for accepting a devil's bargain, and you can risk your mind or body to succeed to get a dark die. And if you're using a ritual, you always get a dark die for that.
We're saying the dark die is on the right.
Yeah.
So wait, I am in the correct room?
Yes, you're in the correct room.
Okay.
And since the 5 is your dark die, you do not go up in ruin because the highest die is not your
Yay.
dark die. If you had rolled lower than a 6 or your dark die was not the highest one, you can always add an extra dark die and re-roll.
That's right.
But that is, you got the best outcome possible. So tell us what
something.
that looks like.
Yeah, so there's this, it's this gorgeous flower it's multicolored too. It's and each petal shimmers in multicolors. It's almost hypnotic. and like I said, it's like so just bursting full of pollen. It's like when you look out over the hills of Austin and it's cedar season, you see the clouds of pollen just blowing, and you're like, wow, that's a lot of pollen. So I mean, a bee can't resist that. They're like,
Is there like a olfactory or other components? to
yeah,
the illusion
sweet.
as well?
Smells
It's-
very sweet.
Yeah, because it's like you totally like fucking nailed that ritual.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, man.
yeah. So the bee, like as soon as that kind of blossoms out of the ground, and the bee turns its attention to that and starts sort of bumbling towards it.
And meanwhile,
yeah, and the illusion is actually so convincing that when it like goes to pick pollen off of it, like it actually feels like it's probably in reality miming, but it's like actually
it's
looks
doing
like
really
trying to
good
get
space
something.
work.
Yeah, it's doing great space
Yeah.
work.
Probably, yeah, it
Uh,
probably has a tactile element to it too.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile, Obeha,
Yep.
that smell
Oh
is
no.
It's just like
irresistible.
he's
Yeah.
almost like floating on the air, nose first towards
Like-
the thing.
like cartoons.
Yeah, I think he's doing it in a sort of like, this is a perfectly natural thing for me to do. I'm
Yeah.
going to walk towards that.
And you're basically like right behind the bee as it gets up there, and you're both just like entranced by it.
Why? What the fuck?
Yeah, Obeha is just like elbowing the bee for space at the flower trough.
Yep.
Defeats the whole purpose of distracting it.
Yeah.
And Obeha, you're a little bit torn because in front of you is this delicious nectar pollen
But next to
bouquet,
me,
but next to you is like
Oh,
cartoon turkey on a plate with a.
Oh man. Oh, it's Obeha's desires tearing
oh
him.
man,
They're tearing you apart, Lisa.
yeah. Oh man.
So how do you two react to Obeha like clearly not going to plan here?
I mean, we don't want to yell because then they'll attract the bee. I think I'm just like, I'm trying to think in that situation. I think I would just be like a bit like stunned. Like, what the fuck is, what is happening? What, why is, huh?
Okay, why?
What just happened here? I did
What about
something
Orlin?
awesome and you're ruining it.
yeah, I'm not sure what Orlin is able to do here.
How
Be
does
patient.
Orlin react to just like just chilling? See what happens.
Well, I think Orlin was like, I don't know, like kind of frozen and was happy that Asta was doing something and was like, sweet, it's working. And then was like, oh, man. And is like, I don't know, maybe the best thing to do would be to try to drag Obey up back. Because I'm the strong guy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think that
I'll
sounds
go
like
after him.
the dumbest thing to do. Let's do it.
Oh man, can I add more dumb to this, or
yeah.
do we want to see how this dumb plays out?
Let's
Go
go.
for it.
Because what I would narratively, what I'd really like at this point is for Desire to eat the bee to overcome Obeha, and he starts distending his jaw
Oh my.
to take in the meal.
Yeah, I think
But I'm-
as you're doing that,
That's
like
okay.
the
At that moment, grabbing your
pollen
ankle
on you
trying
is
to pull you.
also like the bee is like, this is nice, and also this, and like the bee is also sort of like grooming you a little bit, and picking some of the pollen off with its little.
I
As
think
you're.
Orlin wants to like army crawl over, grab Obeha's ankles, and start pulling Obeha back so that the bee doesn't see Orlin. But then looks up and sees the jaws start distending and is like,
And that
I
is
did not
that
sign
is.
up for this.
I mean, this is a big bee, so his like it's taking some time, and it's like there's like the stretching and cracking and like sort of
Oh my
squeaking of
gosh.
meat pulling. And
It's a
so
horror
the other
show.
kind of roll in the game is when you witness or undergo something harmful or disturbing, roll one dark die. This is the ruin roll. If the dark die is higher than
Traumatic.
your current ruin, your ruin
Yes.
increases by 1. I think this is both Obeha and Orlin each rolling.
Oh,
one dark
okay.
die.
oh
So
yeah,
1d6.
yeah,
Yeah.
a trauma die. 3.
3. You are all right.
5.
5. I think that makes your ruin go up to 4 then.
Is it that it
you.
needs to be larger than my ruin?
Yes.
Okay,
to
sweet.
make it go up? Yeah.
I've
yeah.
seen worse.
So this is this is worse than the last time Obeha, because again you're having to descend even bigger, and I don't think it actually you were not actually able to get the entire width of the bee in your mouth. Like you like your limit's like 2 feet or so.
Yeah.
But you are like and the bee is still kind of like picking at you while it's happening. You are definitely able to take a big bite out of it if you want
Oh
to.
God.
If you want,
Also,
I think we've determined that already.
You are watching this.
Yeah, I think he's got to take the bite out of the bee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he is mentally strong enough to resist.
Yeah. This is
Or
a risky
s-
task for
I'm so
sure.
sorry.
All right.
What do you
I'm
hope
still
will
trying to
happen?
pull on his ankles.
What do I hope will happen?
Yeah.
That he successfully takes the bite and kills the bee in the process,
Cool.
and
this
hopefully
is-
isn't hungry for bees for a while. after that.
This is something that I did not do the first time.
Satiation.
Yeah, ask what you hope will happen, and then ask the other players what might go wrong here. So what might go
Oh,
wrong?
God.
Wrong with this flawless
Oh
plan.
God! I mean, what could go right is the
Alarm.
question here.
The bee sends off alarm pheromones before being
Oh,
completely
Wow.
bitten, which draws more
Poor
bees.
I would. What could go wrong is that. So when Orlin distends his jaw like that, if you think about it, your eyes are you don't have the best sight. Your eyes
Yeah.
are
There's a big mouth.
and the bee's gonna be moving around. And if he were to like bite onto the back end of the bee where the stinger is,
Oh,
Yeah, it's more of a
That-
dagger. Yeah.
yeah, that could be
You just tear
that could be a real epiglottis piercer there.
Yeah. I think another thing, I mean, so there's, obviously choking on a giant piece of bee meat is an option, but
Yep.
also just like, anaconda eating a pig kind of like might be just logy for a little bit.
Has to
after that.
rest
Yeah.
for a while. You have to like carry him around with the bee in his belly.
this giant chunk of
Just
meat.
Orlin has him on his back.
And I'm heavier
So,
now by the weight of
Beha, do you have background or occupation skills that can help you in bee eating?
I'm pretty sure I don't.
Bee eat-
I have negotiation.
I've trained for years.
Got any bee eating skills in
Yeah.
there?
Would you like a devil's bargain?
So that's something that happens regardless of.
Yeah.
I think I'll just wing this and then
Ooh,
probably.
all right.
Interesting
I mean,
choice
the
of
bad
words.
outcome is it increases my ruin even further, or adds conditions as well, or.
Yeah, I mean, the bad things could happen. So if you don't do that, you're definitely risking harm. So you'll be rolling just one dark die for this.
Okay, and then so that means I end up increasing my ruin no matter what.
Ooh, yeah, I guess so.
And then with my ruin gets to 6 out of the forest takes me.
Yes, but when it gets to 5, you can start doing things to reduce it.
Yeah, I think I'll just wing this, I guess. Is it possible for my ruin to increase twice in one interaction?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Taking the devil's bargain at 1 light die.
Yeah.
I like that Peter's trying to get all of his actions into one. Well, my ruin won't go down, but only so.
Yeah. I feel like I should take a devil's bargain on this. Like something bad should happen.
Mhm.
Everything bad is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it would be weird if I didn't, if there was some way to get out of this without.
Well, the dark die only increases your ruin if it's higher than your current ruin. So you could just roll one
okay.
dark die. As long as you fail, you won't increase your ruin.
So either I fail or my ruin goes up. Yeah, I'll take the bargain on this, I guess.
I think a fun one might be if, no matter what happens, it does send off some pheromones and other bees are
Yeah,
attracted.
that feels like the best narrative or a good narrative choice regardless.
Do either of you have another one you'd like to offer?
I think we were just going through that with the what might go wrong stuff, or is that different?
Yeah, so that those are things that could happen if if you fail the roll. These are things that will definitely happen.
If his jaw got stuck in a distended position.
Oh
no!
that's
Why are our
great. I
imaginations
love
like
that.
this?
Oh my god. Let's see.
Orlin, do you have one?
Mine was the B one. The
Oh, yeah.
Warren.
The pheromone
I
alarm
feel like
one.
I've already done this homework assignment. I don't need to turn to the second one.
Yeah,
You feeling either one of those?
I'd like to take the bargain on the pheromone warning. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Door
So that's
number one.
We need
one
some
light
smoke.
die and one dark die.
1 light die, 1 dark die,
Yeah.
3 and 6.
Okay, so you succeed amazingly. However, your ruin does go up one.
My
So
ruin
he
is at
succeeds in
5.
eating this bee.
Yeah.
And we have to watch this.
Beautifully.
So
It is a
that
work of
a
art.
6 is the
Like
best you can
chomp,
get.
chomp, chomp.
Yeah, tell me what it looks like as you devour this bee completely.
Okay. I think after the distension is complete, everyone sees that my teeth don't look right. Like there, instead of being normal teeth, there is solid enamel wall
Nice.
toned to a point.
Perfect teeth. Yep.
And so it cuts through the bee's body like butter. And once one bite is in, I just keep chomping at it until it's all gone, or until all that's left is just the dagger like stinger that I
pick your teeth with it.
and try to pick my teeth, realize there's no gaps, and then throw it aside, and then drop it aside.
I bet
With dignity.
Oster wants that for a dagger.
And
His
then
little
there's a pause.
collection of
And then there's a pause, and then a very loud burp.
Yeah, I think the other two are just watching this happen.
I'm having to watch this from below.
Or
Thinking of
another
Abel.
watching
After
something
the burp, there is
horrible.
like a lull, and then the background buzz kicks back in, and then begins to rise. As you
Oh shit,
hear
oh shit, oh shit.
some,
Did I not need to make one of these watch something disturbing rolls you were speaking
yeah.
of?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh no.
Not to just mess myself up even more.
Yeah.
Prosthetic
yourself a
bits
ruin
on
roll.
me.
Feels true though.
Got prosthetic bits on me. Where's my die? What am I rolling? Just a die?
Just one die. Yeah.
Here we go. Big bucks, no whammies. 5.
Oh, that's
I mean-
no good for you.
That's
that
not.
takes-
That's a whammy.
That takes your ruin up to 5.
Well, son of a biscuit.
Yeah, and the low, loud hum. Not like helicopters, but not unlike them. Start coming in.
I'm almost taken by the forest. I can feel it coming for me.
And
Now
to
that you're
lower our
ruined-
ruin, we have to
Yeah.
betray other characters, right?
Yeah, so when your ruin
Oh,
reaches
good call. I
5,
forgot.
you can perform a reduction roll by acting in the forest's interests by doing such things
Ow.
as destroying treasure, betraying or sabotaging your fellow treasure hunters, or interfering with rituals.
Ah,
You want to be subtle in these actions so as not to draw attention to yourself. The way it works is every time you do this, you roll 1 light die. If you roll less than your ruin, you decrease your ruin by 1 and no one notices what you're doing. If you roll equal to or higher than ruin, you still reduce your ruin by 1, but they notice what you're doing.
Oh man.
Interesting.
And you can, once your ruin hits 5, you can keep doing things to bring it down. So giant bees en route. If you want to do some things to reduce your ruin, now is a great time to start thinking about doing that. Or poor Orlin. Bees are en route to the location. We'll be there shortly. What do you do?
I was trying to remember something about the treasure we got.
Yeah,
There
we've
was
got
that- there was that-
anti-venom and a stinger and
And a
Yeah.
map.
But
And a
what was the broken vial? Was that the anti-venom? Because wasn't
Yeah,
like a
there's like
broken vial?
A broken vial with just a little bit of anti-venom left in it.
I have an idea. I don't know if it fits in the ruin reducing type actions, but it might. I was thinking maybe, I'm in the back of the party and people are distracted by everything going on with. Well, I think I might want to drink that anti-venom to protect myself from the coming bees.
oh yeah.
Nice.
oh.
Be like,
Yeah,
fuck
that makes
everybody else. I'm
sense.
drinking this anti-venom.
Awesome. Cool. Go ahead and roll 1 light die.
It is a
Alright.
4.
It is a 4, so your ruin goes down and nobody notices that you're out of anti-venom.
Hmm. Well, they're out of anti-venom.
You're doing
I've got
great.
it coursing through my veins.
Strong like bee. The bees are sounds like they're almost upon you. What do the rest of you do?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything. I can't think of something. Well, what can Obey have do? He does have a trickery skill.
That could be handy.
I trust these men with my life.
Oh God.
This is the
Forest
best
ma-
group I've ever worked with.
Forest makes you do bad things.
Yeah, let's see. Could Obeha, no, this is dumb, but could Obeha sees where all of the pollen sources are? No, this is dumb. I was thinking that if I knew where the pollen was in the clearing and I knew that the bees would go towards that, I would try and get the other two in that part of the clearing,
Mm.
whereas I could retreat a little bit further. I'm trying to think of a reason why that trick might, like what could he even ostensibly do?
Oh, I
You know,
think
Beha just
all
wants
the,
to eat all the bees that come.
all the turmoil that also has gone through, your illusion has dropped at this point.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think that
I-
depends on what they're doing in response to the bees approaching. See
Okay,
where that
okay.
goes.
Yeah,
Standing in a clearing, bee
because I
guts
feel like
everywhere.
Obeha just wants to stay in the clearing and eat everything that comes. Like he's
Yeah, I think
Still
I think
mad with
Obeha
hunger.
is looking too excited about the bees coming, and I think Orlin is going to maybe pick up Obeha over shoulders and just start like being like, "Also, come on!" and just start booking it.
Nice. Beha, are you going along with that plan?
Oh man.
Just fighting me the whole way.
Yeah, I just
I figure I'm a big dude. My only thing I got.
I'm wondering if I still have that stinger.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you had the second one. You mean that you off from the bee you just ate?
Yeah, from the I just
Some in your face still.
Yeah, I this strains credibility, but I think I'm going to like drag the stinger across Orland's back or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry.
Let's do a contest
Fair.
roll then.
Oh
Um,
no.
So you get a light die if your skill is appropriate in this.
I have no
strength for
trickery.
sure. Trickery, I could be talked into it.
I don't, yeah, I feel like trickery is not for the act itself, but trying to make it seem like an accident or something.
And then you each get one light die for each point of ruin that you have. So
Oh
you
boy.
Oh.
both start with 5 dice there. One
We
dark
both start
die
with
if it's
5? Oh,
Wait,
we
I
both
have
start with
4.
5. You have the,
yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
you
you
get
have
you
the
get one
skill.
for the
I
being
have
strong.
Strong.
okay.
And
Um,
patient.
I'm
I'll wait.
going to say this is inherently dangerous because of the introduction of the stinger.
Sorry.
So that's one more dark die. That's one dark die.
It's fair. That's what I would do.
For whom?
For the roll itself. So
Oh,
each of
okay.
you will be rolling just first to start 6 dice. The last one will
Uh-huh.
be dark.
Okay.
You can also throw in as many dark dice as you want if you are willing to risk it. What you're risking is any dice that come up 6. Count those. Whoever has the most wins the contest. If those are tied, go to
Okay.
5s, 4s. Each dark die that comes up 1 increases your ruin by 1.
Okay, so I could just end up getting claimed by the forest right now.
Yeah, this could be bad for you. Yeah.
I'm trying to help you, Obeha.
So I wouldn't recommend Obeha adding any more dark dice, but if Orlin wants to, I'm not going to stop you.
You can add them, sorry, by taking a devil's bargain or
Nope, just adding as many
or
dark
just
dice as you
adding
want.
them.
Add
Yeah.
some dice.
More darks. And if you have more than one dark die, you could also go out if 2 of them come up once. That's not good.
I think I'm just gonna go with what was 5 and see what we do.
Cool. So you're each rolling 6, and the last
the
one is
last
dark.
one.
Of
Dark.
6.
All right, rolling them up.
Okay, that's got one
Woohoo!
6.
Oh no!
Oh, you got a 6. Who's got
Yeah.
5s? You've each got one 5. You've each got one 4. You've each got 2 3s. Orlin. Oh, Orlin wins with a 2.
2 over a 1.
Wow.
I'm just dragging him
Wow.
essentially, I think.
Yeah, so this is a monumental struggle.
Holy crap.
Like you feel the stinger going across your back, and you like have to like wrench it out of his hand, and there's a little bit of wrestling going on. The bees are, you can like, Asta is watching this, and the skies are becoming dark with bees now, circling around your
Also,
location.
my ruin goes up, right?
No, because your dark light wasn't one.
Yeah.
Oh, it has to be one. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. Thank you.
it's just that last one.
Continue.
Yeah, so this is like a they live fight. But eventually Orlin does get Obeha's feet out from under him, and just like carries him like a sack to the edge of the clearing, where Osto still is, I think.
As a player, I feel so bad about this.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that maybe like during that scuffle was when I was surreptitiously sucking down the anti-venom, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, good idea, Orlin. Let's run. I'm run. Yeah, let's run. Let's go.
All right, Obeha. I'm sorry,
with
I'm
you.
not asking. I can ask for permission later. And I think Orlin is mostly feeling guilty because Orlin didn't actually ask Obeha if he was okay. So it's like, yeah.
I could see why I would do that.
I can see why. I didn't really ask, and everything was really rushed.
Consent is important, Orlin.
I know. Sometimes I'll
do better.
I assume everyone's on the same page.
And as you just as you get to the edge of the clearing, dozens of cat-sized bees that land in the area and start like frantically like there's stress pheromone, danger pheromone, and they're like like buzz, fuck, like their stingers are twitching and like striking the ground, and it's just
There's
a
venom everywhere.
Swarming cat bees.
Get out of here.
Yeah, probably good to back away now.
Or, I mean, I hear that.
He's still like dragging his nails on the ground.
Yeah, I think Orlin has to physically drag Obeha away from
I think I've only got
Buffet.
ankles. I've only got ankles, and he's just like cartoon dragging on the ground.
just one ankle. He's like kicking the back of your head while you're
Ow.
Orlin the much abused.
For your own good, Obeha. I'm so sorry.
Obeha is the worst. The nice thing is he's so sluggish from having a belly full of bee.
A
Yeah, he's still got
buffet.
the
Hey,
bee tryptophan.
I feel like whenever we get a moment where we feel like we're out of danger or whatever, there's some shit to address, I think, at this point.
So we need to have a family meeting.
We've sort of witnessed something now. We're like, what? Who are we traveling with? Is he one of us?
With the help of the map, you're able to sort of avoid the larger clutches of bees as you go further into the forest. And you're able to, like, by the time the sun goes down, which is earlier than it was last time, you're able to set up camp, and it seems relatively safe. The hum is low enough that you feel okay camping here. So I guess Orlin is probably setting the camp center up.
Just me, yeah.
So family meeting, go for it.
The other two said that I do it the best, so I should do it.
That makes sense. I'm just no good at putting up tents. I just ruin everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know how I can
and
do
it's
it.
just going so badly.
I'm just a mess. I just burned down the whole forest. So I try.
I'm more of a tent ideas guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let you just tell me what to do, and then I'll do it.
Don't you think it'd be more efficient if you put that pole there and to put up that part? I mean, I'm no tent expert, but
That's
seems
a
like
really good point. I'm sorry I didn't consider that before. I'll try to get everyone's approval before I put things up.
Oh God.
Obeha, do you have some time do you want to tell us any, do you have any, I'm no good at this. Obeha, is there anything you want to tell us?
yeah, like what the hell's going on?
Also more to the point.
Oh man. I want to. My gut instinct here is that he's first very excited that he has interacted with a demon, that the summoning worked. And he talks about all the details of who he thinks the Scourge is and what old texts there are about him.
Can it be in like academic peer review paper form. And like he's already writing the paper in his head.
Yeah, oh,
He's just
God.
workshopping it with us.
He's like
Abstract.
pacing around with that. And then he says, the weirdest part is, I don't think it's had any side effects. Like, we just walked out of that summoning circle.
He
And here
like
we
drawing
are.
diagrams up on the ground with the stinger.
So he remembers nothing about being consumed with hunger for bees. And
Strangely not hungry now.
right, yeah,
You sure
I
you
feel
don't
like
want
we
any of
prob-
the chili, Obeha?
I think we'd probably address like, okay, well, look, like I did a thing so we could get away from the bees, and then you ran at the thing into the bees. Then you did a thing with you. I'm
and
told.
he's just blinking at this.
I wonder if maybe we have I wonder if maybe there's a miscommunication.
I'm not real comfortable that you're one of us, that you're on the team here, says the guy who just consumed the antivenom.
Are you really hungry, Obeha? We can have second portions if you
Oh no, I feel strangely full.
need to eat bees.
Like, I feel like I just had a feast for some reason. No, this
Good
is
job.
great.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hurting in a lot of places, and that's weird.
I'm hurting.
Hungry, definitely not.
So did I see him eat the bee as well, or was that just Orlin?
Oh yeah.
So we all saw
you
that.
both saw
Okay.
it. Yeah, it was huge and drawn out and disgusting.
Okay, well, see, Orlin and I, we watched you unhinge your jaw like a python and eat a giant dog-sized bee.
That doesn't sound like me.
I am really only known for one thing, Obeha, and it is my strength. And I could not pull you away from your desire for that bee. So I don't.
Is this
I don't
demon
know.
thing? Is it like an entity, like a thing we can see, like another person in the party?
I think it possessed you and that's making you do
I
these
think
things,
that's
right?
kind of where I'm leaning towards.
Right.
with
Yeah.
it.
And
If that
so,
works
do we know
narratively.
anything about? Like, do we know about? I know we didn't know about the side effects, but do we know about the demon thing at all?
You were there when
I'm
the
trying to
summoning happened, right?
I can't remember.
I would
Yeah, we were
assume
there.
so.
I don't know if we knew the deal.
Yeah.
I think Obeha explained the deal as well as he can manage. I forget what the deal exactly was there with it, but
I think the demon is protecting you from bees to whatever extent it can, and in exchange, you feed it bees.
I'm not.
oh, okay, yeah.
So
Yeah,
far,
you destroy
I'm not
bees.
impressed by its abilities.
I think the demon promised to destroy all bees, but I think then it was like, because you're gonna eat them.
Yeah. And the finger on the monkey's paw curls shut.
Obeha, if you wanted to break your pact with this demon, is that a thing you could do?
Mm.
Because
Oh,
here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
I don't see any downside to this, but I mean, yes, there are ways. I know.
I mean, you, being an expert on demons, of all people, should know that
Oh, there's your
Uh,
flattery.
tell me.
Nice.
in your extensive academic studying of demonology, have you ever heard of a deal with a demon that worked out for the benefit of
he
the
sort
person
of
making the
blusters
deal?
for a little bit and says, and I think there's a feint towards, yes, that's why this is so fat. And as the words are coming out, he's like, oh no. And then he just kind of looks towards his feet and says, no.
I think maybe we should leave the demon behind, Obeha, for all of our safeties, mostly yours, to be honest with you.
And he's kind of feeling at his jaw and he kind of nods. Yeah, so I think, wow.
I don't know. On the other hand, we have not been actually attacked by any bees. Orlin is starting to feel like not so. Like, pros and cons, we must weigh them.
I mean, it's true. We must. You're not incorrect.
Yeah, I think
Seems no one is hurt. Just our psyches.
And yes, so the thing, can you describe the thing that you saw in any more detail?
The thing we saw you do, you mean?
Hmm.
Obeha, usually your ratios are that your jaw does not take up much of your body. And then
Right.
Orland's very bad at descriptions.
Square face,
Then
right?
you were
Understood.
entirely jaw
I think
eating.
Obeha is just not getting this.
Have you ever watched a python devour a
building
guinea pig?
diagrams.
No, why
Orland's
would I
making
watch it?
puppets.
I've never had
puppets
a
out of
pet
the socks.
snake. Why would I have a snake?
Okay,
2 sock puppets. I'll show you what you were doing.
okay, imagine a bee the size of a dog. You with me so far?
He just starts salivating a little bit. Tell me more.
Are you hungry?
I could eat.
You open your mouth large enough to eat that entire dog-sized bee whole. And you also had this weird like plate of conjoined teeth.
Right.
I think there's just
I
a
had
long-
forgotten the memory of the teeth. Now
Oh
it
my
haunts
God.
me again.
I just want there to be a long pause of nothing but background hum, and then Obeha's like, "I'm breaking the pact."
I don't know. Don't be so fast. It has protected us so far.
Orland,
Oh,
think about the dog-sized bee in the unhinged jaw. Let's focus on that.
oh okay. Yeah. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is a risk roll that will somehow eliminate my ruin completely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Send me off the deep end, but
Let's do it.
Yeah, and you are, I mean, demons and negotiation, that's your skill there. And it's definitely a dark die for the risk.
Okay, well, let me, if I could offer something up here real quick.
Yeah.
This seems like a prime opportunity for Obeha to do something untoward to lower his risk, because we
Oh,
don't know
God.
what the hell he's doing with his rituals.
yeah, that makes sense. Oh man,
It's not like we would know if he's doing the wrong ritual.
He could do all the like trappings
Yeah.
of a ritual.
man,
Yep, yeah, totally worked.
that makes sense, but I don't see like. Let's see.
I think he probably does want to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it could be that the demon takes over during this, and
Yeah,
screws
or
it up.
I mean, I'm not even saying necessarily it has to be like a faked ritual, but it could just be doing something else you're not telling us it's doing, or something.
Or I
Ooh,
try to
like-
bind it to someone else.
Or so,
Yeah.
there you go, something.
Oh man, that's so terrible. Yeah, I think he's going to tweak the ritual. So instead of unbinding the demon, he just sends it to Osto.
I like
I think let's
the
phrase it
one
as, like,
moment of kindness
offering-
that it wasn't Orlin.
Offering
Like-
Osto in place.
Yeah, like as part of like the deal.
I could use a break.
Let's make that reduction roll then.
Okay, let's see. What am I rolling at this point?
Just one light die.
One light die. Okay. I am rolling one light die. 6. Everybody sees it.
Yep. Cool. So it's still gonna happen, but they're gonna know. So your ruin goes down 1.
Okay.
I just imagine this as Obeha, just like he doesn't remember the stuff. I imagine him in his head, he's being very surreptitious and sneaky. But to us, he's like, demon, Osto, go.
He's speaking
Yeah,
the
I
whole
think
thing
that-
in common.
Yeah, I think that's like as he starts the ritual, like the preamble is like describing the intent as like the intent of this ritual is to release the demon from me, and I offer up Osto as a vessel. And those are the words he opens the ritual with. Do you want to do anything before he starts the ritual proper? Because you definitely hear that.
Yeah, I think
I wonder if Orlin wants to get in the way.
I feel like, and don't ask, I don't know, I feel like it's a moment of just instinctual action without much thought behind it.
Mm.
But like my primal lizard brain instincts were throw the stinger like a dagger at Obeha.
Oh,
That's just what, I don't know what, or that's just like lizard brain. Throw stinger at Obeha.
Right.
Before he releases the demon into me.
Yeah. Let's see.
Self-protection.
What's your intent with doing that?
I think at this point I probably feel like Obeha is not fully in control of himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we've seen a lot of him acting in a lot of weird ways. And so
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't necessarily blame him. Like I don't necessarily think this is malintent, like, oh, he's a villain. I think he's still under whatever influence. So I think it's my intent is to like, oh shit, we gotta stop this ritual because obviously it's not doing what he said it was gonna do. And part of it at least is gonna be screwing me. We just gotta stop it. Stop the
Cool.
ritual.
This is a contest roll again then. You
everyone's in
definitely
contest with the Beha.
you definitely get a die for your dexterity and spontaneity. I don't know if Obeya gets a die for skills on this one because it's just not getting hit with the B dagger.
Oh yeah.
But you do each get 4 light die for your ruin, and
So many
then
dice.
1 dark die at the end. So he's gonna be rolling 6 altogether. Obeha is gonna be rolling 5. You can add as many dark dice as you want at the end.
Wait, hold on.
so-
I'm rolling. So I got 2 for my skills.
So you get 1 for your skills.
Just 1 for my skills.
Yeah. 4 for your ruin,
Okay.
and then 1 dark die. And
But it's
Obeha's
not
got-
one because you mentioned 2 different skills. It's not 1 for each of those skills.
No, it's just 1 if you have a skill that covers it.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
So you'll start with 6. Obeha will start with 5. Last one are dark. And each of you can throw in as many dark dice as you feel like you want to risk.
Hmm.
Nah, I'm sticking
Yeah.
with my 6.
Okay, I'll do the same. Oveha rolls.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
oh,
Oh no.
oh.
So
not
Oscar's
good.
ruin goes up by 1.
Oh no.
Well, that's I believe that's. Oh wait, no, I do because I lowered it with the venom.
Yeah.
Thank God. Otherwise, I'd be toast.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna narrate how this happens.
Thank
So
you, sir.
Obeha has made the intent clear, and although he thinks that the ritual requires a lot of rigmarole, it actually like the demon it just has to decide given that.
Oh, no.
Right.
So Aso flings the stinger, and it kind of like Kylo Ren's in the air, just stops. And Obeha is like sort of frozen for a moment, and sort of like a shadow version of him reaches out, and the arm like goes impossibly long, plucks the stinger out of the air, and just sort of like it turns to dust. And then as it does that,
my stinger.
Now we don't have
The
a
dust-
stinger.
the dust kind of like flows into the shadow, and it just like leaps out and like goes like into Asto's nose,
Oh.
mouth,
Ah,
eyes,
God.
ears, and
Stinger dust
boom.
everywhere.
Obeha feels a bit of relief.
Bah.
Although you're like you feel your bruises and jaw, like
Oh, yeah.
everything hurts a lot more. The demon isn't managing a lot of that for you. Also, you feel fucking great.
Does that mean do I think I won that contest because I feel so great?
I don't know. Do you?
I mean, I kind of feel like the same way he didn't really know. I feel like, oh, I must have broken it because, yeah, I feel
There's
good.
no
Oh,
demon.
good
The
job,
demon kind of
Oscar.
clouds your senses.
Oh, no.
It's like, all right, cool. I think I stopped the ritual because I feel
All
good.
right,
I feel
now
good.
you
I feel
gu-
good. I
You
feel good. I
guys
think
need to make up after your fight. I feel like
I'm
there's
sorry,
been a lot
Obeha.
of
I didn't.
conflict.
I didn't. It wasn't about you, Obeha. It was about whatever was, possessing you to do crazy things. I was just trying
I'm
to.
also owing Obeha an apology for dragging Obeha. I'm sorry I dragged you without consent.
And I think
Danger.
Oveha at this point feels like guilty about everything. Like, oh.
Magnanimously forgive us.
Um,
Cool. So as all of that.
I'll-
Oh, you have a thing?
I was just gonna say, this would be a good time for a short break for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've got kiddos going to bed in the next room and I need to
Cool.
change to move downstairs.
Score.
Let's do a little break
Thank
then.
All right. We'll be back.
Be back.
Bzz.
Mark has been playing
Yes.
the Cantina song on melodica.
Oh, sweet.
Yay!
That's my default ringtone, which doesn't matter because my phone is always on silent.
Ding.
But I know. I think we've talked about this before, but I still, for whatever reason, from the oldest cell phone days, I still have like custom ringtones and stuff for people that I never hear because my phone's always on silent.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like,
I
why
have
do I
a-
even bother?
The vibration patterns set for different people. So although it's silent,
I only ever did that when I was dating someone, and then she had a special vibration pattern, so I could always tell if it was her.
yeah, I do it to the tempo of their name. So when Nicole
Hmm.
texts me, it's like Nicole Bennett.
That's kind of cool. I never thought about that.
Christmas tree.
Oh, Christmas tree.
Yeah, trying to attack it.
Oh, you're Christmassy and arbory.
Yeah, she's just pumping the ornaments right now.
So you guys make camp after everything settles down.
Everything's fine. It's fine.
The woods
How are you?
reverberate with a constant hum, sometimes ignorable, sometimes leading you to imagine hidden harmonies, echoes of lullabies from childhood. What were those songs about? What lulled you to sleep as children? The rocking of babies, the sweetness of honey, the warmth of the hearth.
Oh, let's see. I feel like Obeha probably has a really privileged background, so it's like all warm hearth, meat cooking in the next room, window that looks out on whatever village they're in.
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
What are the lullabies that you had as a child that the humming reminds you of?
Well, the Fae, of course, make beautiful, beautiful noise. So it just reminds me of when, there'd be groups of Fae together, collections, and we'd all be together, and it'd be like this just multi-layered harmonies that are complex, but yet all extremely pleasing to the ear. Hypnotic.
Orlin, on the other hand.
Oh no.
I imagine that I brought up in like a refugee camp, and my mother had been escaping from some group that had been oppressed. And so I don't actually know the words to the lullaby, but she would hum them because the words wouldn't have been forbidden because they had been outlawed by the king of that area. So I think lullabies all go. Yeah, so that was the only comfort that I had, was my mother's humming voice. No longer able to sing the words that were not allowed.
And that's why the bees remind you of him. How will those memories help you sleep here, so far from home, sticky and in need of comfort?
Well, I think, Obehive's pretty clear. Like, it's just sort of, I don't know. I feel like it takes him to a time before all of the academia, like backstabbing that has ruined his life and led him to this place and to being possessed by a demon. He probably specifically has a memory of his mother telling him that demons aren't real or something like that, or they can't harm you here.
Nice.
Aw. Yeah, I imagine for Orlin, it's like, oh, I've been through tough times before, and I've always made them through before. So
I think because I always felt like when there was a group of Fae together, we were safe because we all, like, I think our magic sort of exponentially multiplies when you're together. And so it's like we're more powerful all together and can really create protective circles and illusions to keep us hidden from others. And so you always just felt like you were totally safe when you were all together. in a
You would
melodious.
never betray
harmonious
each other.
Never.
And so with those pleasant memories, you all drift off to sleep, and so passes ring 3. Ring 4. The following morning, the treasure hunters follow the rising hum to find a trail of outgoing bee scouts winging away from the hidden hive. Yeah, so after you pack up and get yourself moving, you are able to, using the map, and Asto seems to have developed some sense of where the bees are a little bit.
It's my
Hammies?
my
Yeah,
fayness.
it's the Fey bits coming out. You're able to
Yeah,
sort of
good
avoid some of the
nature.
larger patrols and swarms that are around there, and sort of in the treetops, you do see these like trails or clumps, streams of scouts kind of going out from the hive, and you are able to sort of trace back their route from below. And
Hopefully nobody notices me occasionally salivating and licking my lips.
And as you definitely, the sort of background hum becomes louder. Not that there are any necessarily like bees in near you, but you can feel the hive coming closer. And as you sort of press through the forest, you come across a largish tree that
These are
is strangely warped a little bit. And as you approach it, you can see that there is hexagonal wax tiling all over it, sort of enhancing and going around the tree. You don't see any bees there, but you hear, you kind of like see it, and there's brush around, and it is directly in your path. And you hear like a human voice, kind of just like moaning nearby.
Fine.
Something you haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Seems like forever.
Oh man.
And as you approach the tree, you can see the wax continues down to where it sort of forms a lump on the ground, and on the ground, propped up against the tree, sitting with his back up against the tree, is a man, and he is just like has bits of him sort of embedded in the wax.
Oh no.
He has a one of the spiral masks like the beekeeper does, the hood.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
But you can hear his voice in behind the mask. It's like, is someone there? Is someone there? I need. Do you have food? Do you have water? Who's there?
Trust.
Let's
We
help
trust
him.
this guy. What if it's a bee ruse?
What if we were in the
Ruse.
same situation? We would want someone to help us.
It's true.
I'm sure he's harmless.
But the bees might know that and might be using that against us.
I don't know. I didn't think
Has
about
already
that.
wandered off and started trying to pick out the.
Down.
Orlin is easily persuaded by Osto and is like, "Oh, I had considered other possibilities. You're right. I'm
Well,
Immediately
it looks like Obeha's already chosen for us, so never
Well,
mind.
he's,
Okay.
he's completely ineffectual at it too. He's just kind of not really getting anywhere.
I don't want to lose our good-hearted optimism of wanting to befriend and help things, but this forest is getting to me. Because every time we do, it seems like we almost die. But
It's true. When I was trying to befriend the millipede, it did backfire.
But I think I think you're right, Orlin, is that we can't let the forest corrupt our good-hearted natures and wean that out of us. We must keep the light within.
And Obeha's already picking at
Yeah.
the wax, right?
He's gotten like a cubic inch of wax out of there so far.
As you're doing that, he's like, the head moves towards, is like, just water. I just need water. I don't need anything from you. Just help. Just water.
You don't need any, like, you don't need us to free you. You want us to just leave you encased in wax and feed you some water?
I just want some water. Just that's all. Then just leave me. Please just leave me.
I think Oveja reaches for the mask to pull it forth.
Yeah, you can see his head is like everything like up to the base of his nose is just encased in honeycomb, and he's just like stuck to the tree. But as you do that, you do hear there's a hum coming from somewhere nearby, and you kind of, after a moment, you pinpoint it to it's coming from his chest.
This is gonna be like seeing an alien, but it's gonna be bees.
He can't see you, but he's still begging for water.
Give the man some water.
Do we have water?
That's a good question. I mean,
You must have water. Yeah,
Don't we
you
have
have
water?
Yeah,
basic
or
supplies.
little offer him some water
Okay.
from the little scheme.
Yeah, and as you approach him, you hear the hum too, and you sort of like see that his shirt is just like soaked through with honey.
Oh my.
And as like that becomes apparent, Oveja still wants sugar though. And Oveja right there, like the scent of the honey hits your nose, and you like it's there are like hard waxy parts and more like honeycomby parts.
Yeah.
And you sort of start digging at the honeycomb and kind of absentmindedly putting them in your mouth. As
So wait, why does he still want sugar? Is that a separate thing?
that was a condition. That was a separate condition he got.
Okay.
Just a
Can't keep
characteristic now.
Okay, got it. Oh, I see. Craves sugar. Can't keep track of all the ways in which we've had unfortunate things happen.
I still have allergies.
What else do you? He gladly takes the water and drinks it, and then begs you to leave.
I don't know. I wouldn't feel right just leaving this person suffering.
And I think Oveja is starting to make more progress on the wax.
Oveja,
Eating more and more.
Oveja, don't eat her. We talked about eating.
I mean, he is asking us to leave him be. Don't we have to honor his wishes? As weird as that might be.
Yes, moral dilemma. Yeah, maybe he knows best. That's what Arl always said to me, that sometimes people know best for themselves.
Oveja earnestly says that he appreciates this man's sacrifice.
Yeah, and you see like normal sized bees every once in a while like flying in and sort of crawling like into under his shirt and flying away. It's not like, constant, but it's like beehive level of activity.
Okay, Mr. Honeyman, look, one more time for clarification. You want us right now to just leave you here. That is your wish for
You
us.
should leave the forest, leave the hive, leave the mother of millions. Just go. Just don't. You're gonna end up like me. Just leave.
Okay, well, let's say we're not going to leave the forest.
I thought I had something that would throw them off the scent, but it clearly did not work. Just save yourselves and go home if you can.
We can't. We have goals bigger than ourselves that we must.
We have pure missions and pure
Pursue.
hearts.
That said, would you like a demon to keep you company? Never mind.
We
Forget
said
I said
no demons, Oveja. Oveja, you son of a bitch. He recognizes Oveja.
I mean, I don't know. Could a demon help this man? I don't know enough about demons.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe you're onto something there. Or maybe he does. Maybe the man doesn't realize that's even an option. Who would?
Who would?
Oh God.
No one's gonna be like, please leave me, unless you can leave a demon with me. Is that a thing?
I'm just saying, if the demon is around, keep in mind how many bees would be available to you.
Also, are you near him while this conversation is
He
happening?
I
also
think so.
eating
I
the
think
bees
we're
that are
all.
coming out of him.
I think
Yeah,
we're
I
all.
started
think-
eating bees.
Yeah, I think as Obeha is still like as you're talking, like shoving clumps of honeycomb into his mouth, Asto is also sort of absent-mindedly as a bee sort of like lands on his like shoulder and starts to crawl and just like picking it off. And
What?
Yeah,
Talking
I
about
don't even
candy.
really. I don't know.
All
yeah, you
right.
don't even notice that it's happening.
And Orlin grabs the two of them. Is like, "Oh, okay, we got to get you two away from this guy. It's obviously messing with our heads. Bad for morale. Let's listen to the man and let's let
I
him."
just imagine a long reaction shot on Orlin as all of this is going on around him.
But Obeha might be able to help him with a demon.
If people, my mother always said, if people don't want to be helped, there's no helping them.
But again, he's not. He doesn't know demons on the table as an
He
option.
seems happy. We got to get you two. Need to get stop it. Not food.
I could try running the ritual again.
And obviously, I think she's just talking about Obeha. I'm like, yeah, come on, stop eating that honey. You don't know what it's been. That stuff might not be sanitary. We don't know if these bees make regular honey
Put
or
in your
what.
mouth. Asto, stop eating bees.
What are you talking about? Why would I eat a bee? That's gross.
It is indeed gross. This place is messing with our heads. We've got
Ooh, this one's like the size of an apple.
Orlin is trying to drag them away.
Yeah.
I mean, look, yes, yes, you're right. We can't get distracted. We have a mission to fuck that Ahino over.
That is, yeah.
All right, just leave him to the bees.
Yeah, we're leaving it to bees.
Man,
Just one more bee.
It is.
Stop.
As you push into the forest, leaving.
Orlin is
Or
trying to
next to
get
be
Asto to spit out the
consumed.
bee like chewing gum. Spit it out.
What's in there? Oh no.
It's getting noticeably warmer as you press into the forest, and you're like just dripping sweat. You stink, frankly, and
Wow.
you haven't really been accosted by any of the larger flavors of bees, but you definitely notice Asto, especially sort of it's somewhat like, not exactly a halo of regular sized bees, but definitely like they are like, landing on like Orlin's just trudging along, and whoever's behind him sort of like sees a bee just like land on the back of his neck, sort of like drink his sweat like honey and fly away. And Asto has a little entourage of like just bees flying around his head, not stinging or anything. Everyone's around landing and like and flying away, but just sort of encircling your head.
I mean, this seems good. We've reached a symbiosis with the bees. Like they're not hurting us, we're not hurting them.
Like,
We're all
sometimes when
cool
you
with
just-
each other.
Like you just calm yourself down, and then animals can sense it.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah,
And
it's
now that
almost like
we're
the
in
bees have
harmony, they're
chosen
in
him.
harmony.
Yeah, not you two. You're almost a little jealous of like how the bees are treating him. Yeah, he's definitely like developed this like bee halo now. It's very, very clear.
Asto, what's your secret? Is it your fae?
It's probably my fae blood. We're magical beings. Our blood probably has a very sweet scent. My sweat as well. We don't stink like humans.
Oh. Like Obeha clearly reels with that.
Not in the particular way that humans stink, but in their own very specific way.
Yeah.
Our sweat is much like the finest nectar.
I think Obeha tries waving a hand at the halo.
Yeah, and they're definitely there. They kind of like pass by you. A couple stay on your hand and fly away. But definitely like they're just hanging out. And as you press more into the forest, you kind of come across almost a little trail that's been trampled a little bit, and you can tell Orland for sure sort of can tell like this is animals have been by here, and as you're making that realization, you see ahead of you a few deer that have just like they're dead.
Okay.
And there's 3 of them, 2 big ones and a smaller one, and like the grass is all trampled around them. They're all kind of swollen, and there's like upon closer inspection there are stingers of various sizes in them. They've clearly been stung to death for coming so close to the hive, but they are just they've been there for a few days and have like bloated a little bit. But otherwise, relative like they haven't been, they're relatively intact. They've been stung to death, not butchered. So there's meat just lying there.
So free meat.
Free meat if you want it. Smells pretty bad. It has been in the woods for a couple days.
Like at this point, though, we probably need some food refills, so it's probably
Yeah.
really pretty good.
Yeah. So we're gonna try cutting up the deer.
I could make some jerky out of this. Yeah, this would be great.
Yep.
Yeah, and as like you can the humming is still very, very loud here. Almost like the trees themselves are the ones making the noise, like as if they're about to take off.
Oh no.
And you see above you you're following the scout trail, but you do see more of the sort of larger patrol bees, and these are the bigger ones, more almost dog size again. And they come startlingly close to sort of like swooping down, and they buzz around a little bit and leave.
Because Orland is mostly
yourself.
worried about Obeha eating them. Orland mostly watches Obeha. You see also like
and also just occasionally plucks a bee out of his halo and eats them.
It happens.
Yeah.
So we're cutting out meat from the deer.
Yeah, cutting out meat from the deer. Patrols coming very close, but they haven't.
imagine
gotten you yet.
Obeha is telling me about anatomy while I'm actually doing the cutting.
Yeah, you're right.
And you're able to do that without too much, without too much trouble. Pack up some hot deer meat.
Most people don't even eat the liver, but some consider it a delicacy. It is eat.
And the day passes again more quickly than the last. You're able to find the forest is alive even at night with the smaller bees, and they're a constant kind of like mosquitoes would be. They're not aggressive, but they're definitely a constant presence.
Mhm.
But you're able to find like a large hollowed tree that you can kind of make a little shelter in to sort of get out of sight of the patrols. You can set up camp there. And Orland, as you are sort of getting things prepared in the area, you see in the tree, like pretty much at eye level, there's something embedded in the bark of it, and you get closer, and it's a fingernail. Just one fingernail has been like embedded in the tree. It's just ragged. It looks like it was ripped off halfway.
Yeah. Makes my finger hurt.
Yeah.
My arm is still probably in a lot of pain.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you're
good point.
still that's it getting infected for sure.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Honey is a
Wondering
great
about having-
antibacterial.
Throwing that out there.
Just rub some honey on it.
Yeah, I imagine Obeha has told me this, and so I've been putting honey on it.
Which makes
But I'm also allergic. I'm also allergic to pollen, so it's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point.
And as camp is being set up, the sky brightens again for a little bit, and you realize what you thought were clouds coming in were actually huge swarms of bees. But as actual night falls and it cools down a little bit, still very warm, you can see the stars again, and you can actually even make out some constellations.
Ooh, nice.
What is the name of the constellation that will guide you home once you meet with success?
Ooh.
Oh man. Oh. Let's see here.
Ironically, the queen bee.
I think for me, there's something to do with my ritual because I have this spectral bowl. There's an ox in the sky that's pulling the weight.
Nice.
I think for Obeha, there's an arrangement of stars that has a name in the old tongue, but nobody remembers exactly what it is. There are theories, but it was like the bear thing where it's like if we keep saying this word, it will summon the creature. So we must consign it to silence.
There is an ancient ox god in Egyptian named Apis.
Nice.
There we are.
There we go. Thank you, ma'am. Or sir. Or they. I don't know what to do with ma'am yet.
Yeah, it's okay. It's totally fine.
And the buzzing of the bees, a constant, rather loud hum now, lulls you to sleep. And that was a relatively uneventful ring 4.
Whoa.
I'm sure we're just going to be fine from here on.
Yeah, I mean,
super easy.
We're coasting. We're coasting home from here.
Downhill from here.
We walk in, we get the jelly, we
walk
out and go home.
3-step plan.
And then Ahino will rue the day.
Krill will see the light of day.
Go to the Winchester until this all blows over.
Next morning, again, the skies are just clogged with bees, and you realize you're actually much closer to the hive than you thought you were. It's only an hour or two of pushing through trees when the trees break, and there's a large clearing that still has some very tall trees growing in it, but they are completely covered with honeycomb. It's a dome hundreds of feet tall. You don't know how big around, but it's just this irregular mound that consumes these center trees. It looks like 6 of them growing up through it, and bees and bees and bees everywhere, going in, coming out, small ones, big ones,
dog-sized ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's immense. It is. You have to take a moment just to appreciate the scale of this thing. It's taller than most buildings you've probably seen.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point in our journey, we're at a critical juncture. And I just feel like it would be foolish not to use my ability to move untraceably through the darkness. So we should wait till night.
Ooh.
Or, I mean, I do have a ritual that is darkness.
Oh.
So I can create darkness whenever
Even
I want.
better.
Oh yeah, you create the darkness and you walk through it, and I'll just be here.
And you just keep that camp.
Oh yeah, sorry, I've got to work on this jerky. You're right.
You reconfigure those tents.
I need to move those around. You're right. It was a little drafty last night, so I'll fix that.
Just real quick, like I know we each have our different goals, but like, do we all share, like, do we all just want to get the jelly? You know, like, in other words, is there something each one of us has to do? Or is it like, could the plan be like, oh, if I can sneak in and get the jelly,
Well, you
that's-
can get the jelly, or you could try to take the queen,
And
which would probably give you control over the hive.
Ooh, then we could create a. I'm not ambitious.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out basically if this plan were to quote unquote work the way we wanted to, and I was able to stealth in, could I achieve whatever all three of us need to achieve? Or like, no, we all three got to be in the hive to do the thing we each want to do or whatever.
Who has a wax-lined pouch to carry the royal jelly back?
I don't remember. I know I had some kind of pouch, but I don't remember if it was any special pouch or it was just like a leather pouch or what. I don't remember.
I was carrying most of our stuff, but I imagine I'm not necessarily in charge of like the specialty items. Like when we got the anti-venom, I was fine with like handing it over to Osto.
And I feel like, I mean, even if I have a regular pouch, making it wax line would be real easy, right? in a hive.
Picked a wax line pouch off of the guys on the way in.
That would make sense.
Like, oh, we got a stinger, but it was in a wax line pouch.
Yeah. And so I also had that, right?
I think I did.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it, like, as you're kind of like doing the plan in your head, kind of going over, so if you feel the pouch and you look at it and there's at first you think there's like a gash as if it got caught on something, and the side is just like ripped completely open. It's not going to hold anything. But upon like even cursory examination, it has not been torn. It has been sliced open with a knife. And you're pretty sure it wasn't like that when you got it. So maybe one of these two. It's hard to tell. The other two haven't noticed.
Well, I mean, honestly, come on. Maybe Obeha. Because, I mean, Orland.
Speaking as a player, you're not wrong.
Orland's, pretty good. He's not going to be cutting my pouch. So I think.
Unless it was for moral reasons.
And also is the only one who sees that the pouch is split.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I know I can't. So this pouch is no good for toting queens or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how you would get the queen. You don't even know what the queen looks like.
True. She might be as big as a horse.
Is she a bee? Is she what?
I'd ride her out.
If you don't eat her first.
Oh no!
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't eat bees. It's gross.
God.
Who the hell eats bees? That's dumb.
Oh my god.
You do notice as you're kind of like gawking, there's most of the bees are kind of like they're bees, so they come and go where they want through openings in it. But on ground level, there's a big gash in the comb of it. Looks like something like maybe a bear or something big like got at it and like carved a big gouge in the side. It's about it's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet wide maybe. You could definitely get in there single file if you want to do, or just one person, but that would be one way to get in if you wanted to.
Is it dark in the gash?
Oh yeah, it's dark inside the hive for sure.
Moving through darkness.
Oh yeah.
Darkness.
I mean, we've got part of a plan, but the problem is, I guess we don't really know like what awaits inside the hive once I move through the darkness.
Yeah, and you can't move all of us through the darkness, I suppose.
No, it's just me. I can move untraceably through the darkness.
Yeah, and there's still like a few hundred feet to cover from the edge of the woods to the hive.
The edge of the hive.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bees.
More than one?
Yeah, at least a couple. And
they're all
got
gone. There's just one bee
Osso's still
left
got his
hanging out.
halo.
One guard bee left.
There were more. There seem to be less.
And
Not
I
so
seem to be
easy.
slightly fatter.
God. Damn it, Scourge.
Also, you sure you don't want any of this venison jerky? I think it turned out okay.
No, I'm good. Faye don't eat a lot.
You need to keep your strength up. Okay.
We Faye require less food than you humans.
And I think Obeha is salivating at the sight of the hive now.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and Asta was salivating at the sight of this entire feast before him.
Obeha has dubbed the hive Sugar City. Welcome to Sugar City, Sugar City, Sugar City.
Yeah, so I think Obeha is really eager to just get going, and he's less concerned about the plan.
Oh, so motivated. Okay.
Look, I'll go right now.
Booking it across.
Oh.
Do you want to do a ritual, or how do you want to do it?
Oh man, no, I imagine that as dialogue for Obeha, but because I don't think he has any abilities that can really help here. Like his ritual is darkness, so he can make it dark. But
Yeah, that's definitely something.
I mean, that would definitely help. If nothing else, I mean, even though we don't know the full plan, that could allow me to scout it out,
oh,
Yeah.
as you like, okay,
make it dark, and I'll move through the darkness and see if I can get a better idea of what's going on, what's waiting for
Cool.
us.
Yeah, that seems fine to me. What is the mechanic for that ritual again?
Yeah. So, what are you intending to do with it?
I'm trying to create a zone of darkness through which Osto can go in and scout out the edge of the hive.
Cool.
Which is not-
What
Yes.
could go wrong?
Nothing.
There's nothing. I like that answer. Good answer.
I think that there could be some weird conflict with casting the ritual while the demon is present.
Hmm.
Like
You
for
mean
some reason,
jealous.
that style
Oh,
of magic-
jealousy. It gets jealous.
Oh, God.
I think another thing that could go wrong is that the bees can still smell you.
Yeah,
But
yeah. This is not a good plan.
Yeah.
that's a thing that could go wrong. Who
Yeah.
knows?
I thought about that, but then again, the power does say move untraceably.
Yeah.
And
Well, you can.
that it's
Well, I
dark,
can.
and so it'll interfere at least with Orland's primary sense. So I wonder if it would then cause Orland to make more trouble
Mhm.
by
Um,
running into something that we shouldn't run into or something.
Nice. Well, that'll be a risk roll because this is definitely a dangerous operation here.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a perfectly thought out, safe plan.
I was also thinking it could split the party. Like
Ooh.
Osto goes
Yeah.
perfectly there and then just can't get back through the darkness.
That's always a good time. Definitely get one die for your demons and or trickery. Definitely get a dark die for your ritual. Would you like a devil's bargain?
Yeah, sure. Let's make this interesting. Unless, I mean, if nobody has a clear devil's bargain to offer
Yeah.
or a hit on it, that's fine.
I think the devil's bargain might be the darkness only covers you as you go across, and the other
only Obeha.
aren't able to. Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Any others?
Wait, we're thinking of devil's bargains here?
I'm just really
Yeah.
tickled by that idea that only covers Obeha, so it's like a ropes course. Really close. Trust exercise.
Right? Uh-oh.
I mean, if it only covered me, then there would be no way for Osto to get in.
I wonder if light is somehow part of holding. Where are we? Are we in woods or
You're at the
hive?
edge of the forest of the six-formed heart.
Of the hive?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wonder if light has a structural property here, and darkness causes things to.
Well, it could be like sudden darkness could drive the bees insane in a way.
There it is. Yeah, that makes
Like,
more sense.
They're used to a strict day-night cycle, and if
Yeah.
darkness comes down,
Yeah, that's way better.
their
Sends off
behavior is
panic because they're like, something's wrong. This shouldn't be happening.
That does interest me if that's okay.
So Devil's Bargain is win or lose, the bees are sent into the frenzy by the weird darkness.
Yeah, that was my thinking.
All right. So that's 2 light dice and 1 dark die.
2 light dice, 1 dark die. Rolling it now. 6, 5, 4.
Boom. 6, 5, 4, and your dark die is not the highest. Cool. That goes perfectly.
All right.
Tell me what it looks like.
I think, yeah, this is definitely him calling upon the powers of a demon, but that's not the scourge, but rather the enemy of light. And it's all in common tongue, and it's all these like praise and speaking up the wonders of, oh great enemy of light, your powers are perfect and beyond those of any other demon. Please deign to see fit to help us poor mortals see our way, or not to see our way.
I think as you do that, like the entire sky around just the clearing darkens, and just like this like column of darkness covers the entire thing. It is like midnight with no moon, dark.
Yes. Oh,
and
you, enemy of light. We shall speak your wonders for generations.
And as you do that, you hear like there's the normal sort of like very loud hum of bees coming and going now, but there's definitely a lot of like modulation in there as they kind of like dart in and out, like, oh, they're like circling the outside of it, and
there's like nothing in the sky to navigate by.
Yeah. So they're in a tizzy as you're there.
Good job. Good darkness.
What do you do?
Could turn back at this point.
I mean, I feel like
Time to go home.
I feel like since at least seems to me that everything is going exactly as planned, I would start moving untraceably through that darkness.
Yeah. So this will also be a ritual for you, since Night Walk is a ritual.
Yeah, it is.
Stealth and illusions is definitely good. So this will be a risk roll. That's 1. You get a dark die for your Night Walk. Would you like a Devil's Bargain?
So far I'm at 2 die, 1 light, 1 dark.
Oh, actually, so let's state your intention for this would be to move silently and unseen to the hive, I assume.
Yes.
What could go wrong if you fail? Anyone?
Oh, he gets attacked by bees. Immediately sense that he's there. Oh, or he gets into the hive and the hive closes, the aperture closes behind him.
Oh, only after him.
Yeah, they like mortar it up with honey and honeycomb.
Yeah, I like that as a failure. Yeah, that's great.
That's really good.
Yeah, cool. Would you like a Devil's Bargain?
Maybe. Let's talk.
I have one.
Yeah, go for it.
The move undetectably works so well that he now, like, for magical reasons, Obeha and Orlan cannot see or hear him.
Yep, I love that.
No communication. Yeah.
There is no way to communicate what he found or warn us about anything.
Yeah.
Done. Taking it.
All right.
That's so good.
Cool. That's 2 light, 1 dark. Let's see what we get.
Here we go.
2, 4, 5. So your dark die is your highest.
That it is.
Not higher than your 5. So you do not go up.
Do not go up. They're not taken by the force.
Very close. Very close.
I forgot about that.
Cool.
Got us back up to 5.
You succeed, but there is a complication.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
What would life be without complications?
Yeah, so I think you definitely do get into the hive. Ooh.
So stealthy.
Oh yeah. I think you do make it there. You get there and you can see through the darkness because that's your deal. And you get in there and I think it does seal up after you. Just because like it's not the bees doing it though. It's almost as if the
Hive itself.
enemy of light is
boy.
like, oh, you want darkness? Here you go, and it
Oh,
just
all
seals
right.
over smooth.
Okay, makes sense.
And Obeha and Orlin lose track of you both because of the darkness and because you are gone and there's no longer an opening into the hive there
We also don't know that happened. Oh my gosh.
yet.
So we're just reaching around for a door.
Yeah, and it's like it's not like blindfold dark. It's midnight, like so. It's like there's still it's like after your eyes accustomed to it, you can kind of see grayish outlines. It's not clear, but it's like going through a room that just has like the LED from your clock on it.
Oh,
Get your
yeah.
eyes adjusted. And once it does, like you can see like, okay, the hive is there. Asta's gone. Kind of lost track of where the opening is.
Did we get moved around somehow?
Yeah. Asto, you are in this thing. It is narrow, and it is warm, and it's it is honeycomb. There's wax. There's it is sticky both from honey and bee goo. But you have to kind of like wedge your way through, and almost kind of like you have to not dig, but kind of like force some of the wall apart so you can get through some of the narrower parts. You can feel just like hugging you, and it is magical or not, very dark in there. You can still see and move undetected through there, but you're able to like press through this very claustrophobic rend in the hive. You're not sure exactly which direction you're going, but you are going.
No. And hunger level at this point?
Oh yeah, maybe high, but you don't see any bees, so
Well, that's interesting.
it's definitely loud though. Dark, warm, and loud. Orlin, Obeha, what are you up to?
Oh man, I think Obeha has immediately decided that Osto has double crossed us. And I'm explaining that to Orlin right now.
Oh,
Nice.
why would you do
Oh,
that?
So he just went in there, closed it up behind him with all that delicious
He
honey.
has been eating a lot of bees. I noticed. Mm.
I'm sure that's just a coincidence.
Oh, you're right. Sometimes I jump to conclusions. I try not to judge people.
Oh man.
And Obeha, the smell of honey now is completely overpowering, and
Yeah, I mean,
delicious.
So I think
Just digging.
Yeah, I think maybe like you're having that conversation as you're just like kind of idly walking towards it.
Yeah,
and Orlin maybe doesn't even notice.
No, you're up against it, and he's just starting to punch his hands into.
Oh, good idea. Maybe we can make our way through.
He's just devouring all of the.
Oh, you don't have to
He's
eat it.
eating wax in the hopes that it has some sugar
a drop of honey in it.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Well, there's always jerky. You might want to balance that with some protein.
Oh, god.
I think also is getting plenty of protein, but
No, I'm not hungry.
Asto, as you're kind of feeling through the darkness, you don't really notice it until it is right there. But it is silent, and you can feel the antennae of one of the dog-sized bees sort of like patting at your face,
Mhm.
and like it's just like trying to get through, and since you're undetectable still, it's like I can't get through, but like
I'm not sure why exactly.
why
Like,
can't I go this way?
is this a
Just like
weird
the
hive
bad
wall I'm
AI.
unfamiliar with?
Yes, this
Pathfinding
delicious
algorithm is broken.
delicious bee.
Just prodding at your face.
Oh, it's like a
Oh no.
giant slab of meat.
Oh, no.
Mm. But I mean, now I'm interested because I don't know how. Is that urge lessened by the fact that, like, I can't really see it, right? I mean, like, I just kind of know what it, but I don't actually see, like, oh wait, there's a big bee here.
Oh, I think you can see it because you're still
Oh,
you
yeah,
got that
right, 'cause
night
no,
vision.
I can
It's like
see.
you can see it. It's just this terrible thing to like up in your face, tap in your face with its antennae. You could
There's
just
turkey.
like grab one and pull it off like a candy cane and just
Um. Yeah, now I'm at a loss as to, like, I can't decide if there's like the mechanic, like if is there a chance for me to resist this, or am I just like, no, it's an unconscious thing I do. I'm going to try to eat the big bee. You know,
it might be a ruin roll if you hold yourself against it.
Resist.
Yeah. So demon is definitely, this is the first time you can like feel kind of pressing from the inside of your skin, like almost as if like something had burrowed under the skin of your torso. It's kind of like pushing out.
Got the kernels of an idea, but I don't know if I have the abilities to back it up, really. Maybe this demonic presence could help me with this, because I'm thinking, since it's part of me, it would know my thoughts.
Yeah, he's there to destroy bees. So
right, and so I'm just
talks less to you than Obeha.
My ruin is so high. That's really an uncomfortable place to live.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, to be less close to ruin, you aid the forest and the bees. And I could tell the bees where there's 2 juicy morsels of food.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
If I only knew how to speak bee, or somehow communicate to the bees where there's 2 people who can't move untraceably through the darkness.
Then you don't get to eat the bee.
You get the idea. It's almost it's like a tickling in the back of your brain that because of your fey blood, you are able to take on some of the aspects of different creatures. Sometimes it's not something that you're necessarily trained in, but you've heard people able to do it before. But you know that to commune with the bees, you would maybe need to eat the brain of a bee.
Oh, well, this sounds like a win-win scenario.
Yeah,
everybody wins.
I get to eat bees like, and betray my friends.
Like a big cake, just like grabbing a fistful.
Well, this is a gimme. I mean, it's a no-brainer, pun intended. A some-brainer, a one-brainer at least.
Ganglia.
Cerebellum.
Mushroom bodies.
I think this is going to be a risk roll if that's what you want to do. Can you tell me exactly what you're doing and what you intend to happen from that?
Well, I feel like I know that bees communicate in the form of little dances, and so I'm trying to communicate with my fey nature, and unknowingly probably with the demon who has this knowledge, but I don't know that. I just feel the rhythm, feel how to communicate with these little dogs. You tell it. Normally, you tell it, oh, where the pollen is. In this case, it's, hey, I know where two friends are. You could go eat. Who are also trying to break in the hive. You might want to go protect the hive by checking out these two friends in the woods.
Tasty
Yeah,
friends.
that definitely
tasty
sounds like you
friends.
need to eat a bee brain to make that happen.
Yeah, no. I mean,
That's just
Even
You
if-
also need to wear the antenna.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if I need to, but that doesn't mean I don't want to.
Just rip off parts and put them on.
be the bee.
How do you want to get that brain out of a bee? There's no
Um,
skull, so
Well, I mean, the quickest way between 2 points is A to B. So I think I would just
Yeah.
bite into the head of the dog bee with
your
my
hand.
mouth.
Row of complete
Right.
teeth.
Just
Yeah.
Mono teeth.
I mean, why, mince about? Why beat around the bee brain?
yeah.
I think your tooth denture thing is razor sharp at this point.
Yeah, I think like maybe your mouth is sort of like formed into kind of like a sucker with a row of teeth outside
God.
there.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Dripping ooze. Salivary
This is
ooze.
all perfectly natural.
Yeah.
This is just normal.
It's like just happens as you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
I
happens
don't
all
think
the
any
time.
of your skills apply, but you definitely get a dark die for
What? I don't have any bee brain eating skills.
yeah.
I do have dexterity.
Maybe-
Come on. I mean, you got to be kind of dexterous,
maybe
right?
Stealth if you want to like get in there before.
Sneaky eating your brain.
Sneaky bee brain eating.
You can feel your tongue kind of like becoming long and raspy. Maybe you can
Nice. I like it.
Guys, bee tongue.
drill a
Oh,
hole
good.
and get in there.
There's nothing bad about
Angela.
this.
So let's give you the stealth dark die for your ritual.
bad.
What things could go bad? I can think of a couple.
Nothing.
There is nothing that can go
Nothing.
wrong.
Consuming the bee brain makes him part of the hive.
Yep,
Or
that's one.
Add that voice.
I wonder if there is a ceremony in which bees do try to eat the brains of bees that are dying,
Mm.
and the bee thinks that that's happening, and instead tries to eat Austin's brain. That's too complicated. I'll try to make a better one.
No, I
Maybe-
like it. It's creative.
Maybe the scourge is like, this is how I'm getting into the hive.
Oh God.
Great. Would you like a devil's bargain? I'll keep all those in mind.
Well, first
happens,
off, like,
win or lose.
so right, does my ruin automatically go down because of I'm doing this to betray my friends in honor of the forest and all that?
Let's make a reduction roll first, since you're doing that.
Right, and that's just one die.
That's just one die.
Right. Okay. And
A 5.
5. I forget it. Does that work?
You did not roll less. So you decrease your ruin by 1,
Okay.
but your betrayal will be noticed.
Oh, that's right.
Now think about how that happens.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out exactly how that works. But
Would you like a devil's bargain now?
well, I mean, again, put one on the table and we'll see. I'm always open.
So yeah, you gain the voice of the hive in your brain.
Maybe you
you don't want
begin
to.
physically transforming into a bee.
Done. I'm taking it. I mean, you're
All
just you're doing nothing but offering me perks.
Win or lose, you
All
turn
of
into a giant bee. Great. So that's 2 light and 1 dark.
I mean, I'm
See what we
Faye. It's practically. Okay, here we go. 2 light, 1 dark, and 2 6 and a 3.
Boom. Perfect roll.
This went about as well as you could hope.
Yeah, that's we're just hitting 6s all over tonight. Cool. Yeah. So your mouth has sort of like turned into like a big proboscis thing, and your it just like kind of like gently places itself on the head of the bee while it's getting at you, and you feel that the saliva that was dripping is almost anesthetic, and you're kind of like drill a hole into the bee's skull, and before it can figure out what's going on, your long raspy tongue just like dips into its head and swirls around like one of those things that beats the egg inside the shell.
Oh,
It's like you're like scooping out bits of bee brain
No.
in there. delicious. And once it is taken care of, you even find yourself just like grabbing handfuls of cake. Just
Yeah, man.
Mm.
There's nothing wrong with this scenario. It's all perfectly
totally
normal.
Probably won't even remember it afterwards.
Yeah, probably won't.
If I can ever communicate with you each again, I'll be like, nothing remarkable happened in the hive.
I've turned into a bee.
I'm curious how they're going to discover this treachery of
Yeah.
yours.
Um,
But as you consume the bee, you feel yourself being taken over by the, and you hear the sort of the voices of the hive speaking to you. And you know that if you press forward a little bit more, you'll come to a chamber where there are maybe some bees that are listening, will listen to you.
I've got an idea how they might know. Because since the demon that's possessing me and is now one with me in my mind was summoned by Obeha, I kind of feel like Obeha probably has like a permanent connection to said demon. And therefore also senses whatever thoughts the demon is sensing in me.
Or
So if
maybe
the
the
demon-
demon can communicate back to
Yeah.
me and it's just like, fuck
Or
this
that.
guy.
Neener, neener, boo, boo.
Yeah.
I think Obeha, as you're sort of searching around for Osto, you feel the scourge reach out. It's almost like he's got that string pulled and your brain is the can. You kind of like feel a little tug in the back of your skull, the front of your skull. And first it's just like you can like hear it smirking, and then that turns into a little bit of laughter. And then like the twanging of the string starts vibrating words into your head. And it's just, they're coming. He's telling them about you. He's betrayed you. Run.
Yeah, and I think upon hearing this, Obeha just burst into a run without thinking or saying anything.
And Orlin is just like,
I would like Obeha to make a
Okay.
ruin roll for that, because that's fucked up.
Sure.
This
One
game
die.
is fucked up.
That's one die.
yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
3.
All right, you're good. Yeah.
I feel like this whole thing that just happened with Osto is like a David Cronenberg movie.
Yep.
Wes
Yeah.
Craven or something.
Orlin, it's dark, and Obeha was just jabbering at you about something, and then all of a sudden just went quiet, and then you hear like the slam, car, airplane.
You hear the Fred,
I can like hear the wind. I can feel the wind of him running away.
you hear the Fred Flintstone noises. Boogity, 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 boogity.
So they have both left you in the dark.
Literally.
Literally in the dark.
Digging. I'm still digging into the hive. Oh no! I hope something didn't get Obeha. Maybe I should go investigate to make sure Obeha is safe, because something has probably attacked Obeha.
Oh, just
Obeha
wandering
is
off
my
into the
friend.
dark.
I must protect Obeha. Sometimes he is more brain than body, and he sometimes needs a strong protector. I'm gonna go try to run
into the darkness.
Yeah, I'm gonna like bumble around and try to find him so that I can help him.
Cool. We'll leave you
Yep.
bumbling in the dark for a little bit. Osto, you after a little bit of pushing, you feel the presence, and you see a dim light in front of you. Actually, sort of as you push through, it gets warm, and in a chamber that's been carved out of. You can see one of the trees that has gone around is up against the side, and there are a lot of bees. There's a lot of bees.
Wow.
Most of them are kind of the hand-sized ones. There are one or two of the dog-sized ones, kind of like tending the flock a little bit. And this is actually no, it's too far in there. They are just building and repairing the wall. As you come out, a couple of them kind of like seal up the wall behind you, and they're like putting their feelers on you, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's okay."
What's up?
And you can both smell their pheromones, and
Bee
you
buddies.
actually like you feel like you might want to start patching up the wall too a little bit. with you got like your mouth hasn't gone all the way back, and it's kind of like little pinchers now. Will be mandibles.
Wait,
But you
this
can
is
you can
cool.
do your dance, and like you feel it, like your shoulders are a little bit tight and kind of break them out. You probably want to take off your shirt or whatever you have on, so your little stubs in the back are kind of like free. It feels a lot better.
Yeah, totally.
But you are able to do your little dance, quick now, and they are like, oh, you can feel the mind of the hive, and especially now you hear a stronger voice, and it's actually like feels like a voice in your head.
Ooh, yeah.
And it is it doesn't sound like a human woman, but you can tell it's a female voice, that says, in the combination of like movement and pheromones, you can get a message: welcome, destroy them. And you jump, but you can't get anywhere, so you're just a bunch of the other bees, you smell them, you feel very angry, and a bunch of them sort of like go up like a what do you call it? A chimney kind of,
Oh yeah.
and you can feel them spreading out into
Good
the
job,
darkness.
buddies. Good job.
And you go back to work, kind of plugging up some wax right now. Obeha and Orlin, you are individually running around in the dark.
Different directions, I'm assuming.
Different directions.
I could see us running opposite ways around the hive.
Obeha!
Let's do Obeha first. Obeha, I think you're running towards the woods. You have a general direction, and like there's a good chance you're gonna run into some trees sooner or later, and you know that's the direction where your spell is gonna end. As you do that, you feel like, you can't tell, but you feel like you must be getting close. But you feel like someone's throwing like softballs at your back, almost like you feel like, and it kind of like, and the buzzing, and you can tell like some of these medium-sized bees, the cat-sized ones, are kind of like, they're not sure where you are, so they're just kind of like bumping into you.
Oh no!
One of them,
Yeah.
like, you get a stinger in the shoulder, same
The same
shoulder you were
shoulder that
stabbed in
got
before.
stabbed before. Yeah.
Yeah. You stumble a little bit, but you're being buffeted by some of those bees. Orlin, you're probably being more cautious, trying to like feel around.
Yeah, I'm like reaching around. Obeha!
And the buzzing is crazy now. It's just all around you. And as you're kind of doing it, you stumble over, like, feels like a rotten log or something, and just sort of like on your face. But you can tell as you turn around and may like try and brace yourself, it's fuzzy. And then you feel the mandible, something grabbed it. And Obeha, let's make a ruin roll for you and see how those bees are doing.
Probably not well. Let's see here. Rolling 1d6. It's a 5.
5. Ooh, so your ruin goes up 1.
Oh,
Makes sense.
And they're hitting you from all sides now, and you kind of like stopped because it's like you're like having a bad time in a snowball fight. Only some of the snowballs have nails in them. And you quickly, I think, go to your knees, just try to block these off. Orlin, let's have a ruin roll for you, because this is terrifying. Oh,
6.
So your ruin goes up by 1. And now
Yeah.
you can do reduction rolls.
ruin for everybody.
Now I'm starting to get a little bit of suspicious of everyone.
You we're kind of on your back, and it kind of like spins you around on your back, and it feels like something big is dragging you by the wrist back to the hive.
Oh my gosh.
Either one of you, what would you like to do?
I think I might have to go into ox mode. I'm also happy to wait until it's my turn.
Yes, either one.
My darkness ritual can't really help here.
Yeah, it's already pretty dark.
Negotiations, trickery, and lore can't really. Yeah, demons. I could. I'm wondering if Obeha could try to make a deal with the Scourge again to at least eat some
Ooh.
of these bees.
Come back to me.
Yeah, you could totally try that. Last ditch desperation.
Baby,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back.
And blame it all on me.
On me.
Great. That's one light die for. What do you intend to happen here?
I intend to gain the power to consume some of these bees that are attacking me long enough to get back to running away from the hive.
Nice. A lot of bad things could happen, so I'm just gonna go straight to Devil's Bargain.
Hmm.
I think one thing could be that the Scourge has almost complete control over me after this. Like
That's a good
the
Devil's
little
Bargain.
that's left is like the end of being John Malkovich.
I like that one. Either of you have another one?
That it's not the Scourge. The Scourge doesn't come back, but a different demon.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you call for the Scourge, but someone else is like, got it.
I heard you're available.
I like that one.
Just
You
to
wanna go
throw
with that
another
one?
one in the pot.
yeah.
I mean, those are both pretty great, but
Yeah.
I was just trying to. Is the Scourge does come back to you, leaves me, comes back to you, but now instead of having a constant hunger for bees, you're constantly producing bees out of your mouth.
Okay. I think I
You
still
become a
wanna try-
bee incubator.
I think I still want to try someone else answers the phone.
Nice. I love that. I just hook up a band, also just like this constant cycle of bees. Great. Someone else picks up the phone. Love it. So that's 2 light and 1 dark. Let's see what happens.
6,
Oh, well.
I heard Mark owe it before I saw the number.
So that
Like,
is triple
no.
sixes. Great if you were rolling up a character in D&D.
Wow.
Real bad here.
Wow.
If the high die is dark, your ruin goes up. A tie means it's the highest die. So
All right.
your ruin goes up to 6. However, you succeed. You succeed tremendously. What kind of demon?
Wow.
Well, I feel like it's something that kind of springs forth and kind of rips apart Orbeha's body as it comes forth into the world. Like, I feel like I've brought something into the world that shouldn't be here.
Yeah. What was the other? The other one was like of harvest and things. This is one that usually isn't in the world, but because you were so desperate in inviting it.
This is Pox, a demon of pestilence. And you feel like the string on your brain feels like someone like grabbed it and crawled up it and then cut it. And first it's just a blinding headache, and you're already on your knees and you just start puking and retching everywhere. It's bile, it's blood, it's bits of organs, and you feel that sickness, the sickness that you just spewed out actually starts crawling back up and forming around your skin.
Yep.
So you just have
Mark.
like blood and vomit sort of carapace now.
Cool.
And as and your mind is gone. This is your boom. Well, I mean, your mind's not gone. You're trapped in your mind with the demon controlling your body. So you get to feel everything that's happening, but you have no control. But the demon, you can definitely feel as the bees, like the demon stands up and spreads its arms with your body, and bees just land on you and start stinging and like even snipping at you with the mandibles. As they do, you can feel parts of yourself and the demon go into the bees.
Oh, no.
And they feel weird and fly away. So you have infected the hive. And that is going to spread.
Okay.
And you're just like standing in the darkness, arms outstretched, laughing, covered in vomit and blood.
Like a body horror scarecrow.
Yep.
Right.
Orlin, you
thing.
hear some gross stuff happening not too far away.
Oh, that must be Obeha. It sounds like he's in pain. But I'm being dragged.
You're still being dragged away. What would you like to do to not be dragged away?
I think my only option really is to do the spectral bull thing.
Spectral bull. Cool. So tell me more about what's going to happen.
So I'm being dragged.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if I just try to bull and drag the other way.
Cool.
Or the bull, or I could do bull and ram. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bull
get
and
out
ram.
of it in some violent way.
Yeah.
Destruction and strength both work for that. So it's a light die, black die for your ritual. Again, lots of bad things can happen. Would you like a devil's bargain?
Yeah. Everyone else is gone. So I can do this.
What's a devil's bargain that would be good for this?
That it ruins the structural integrity of the hive around.
It starts collapsing.
Yeah. Fuck this
I love
hive.
it. I love it.
We've already diseased it, so.
But is the devil's bargain supposed to be a bad thing? Because that's a good thing, isn't
That's
it?
true. It is kind of a good thing.
But it's bad for getting the honey, the jelly, right?
Maybe.
Bad for our mission.
I think
I was
Fox
figuring
already
Orlin
fucked the
would get
jelly.
trapped by the destruction of the.
Ooh. Oh, maybe you run into the hive and get stuck there as you get away. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I go so quickly into the hive.
I've got one. You run into a Beha.
Oh yes, that's the one.
Okay. 2 light and 1 dark. Let's see it. 666 is so good.
You can't, right?
Oh, 223.
That's not good.
That's super bad.
I know.
Because the dark die is your highest die. If it wasn't, you could add another dark die and re-roll.
Well,
So,
don't tell me that. I just
that's really
we're
bad.
just doing what we're doing.
And yeah, you fail and things get worse.
Oh really? This game has got a pattern.
And I think what happens
the
is
Things aren't going well.
it drags you towards the hive. Another guard dog bee grabs your other wrist, piercing there again. And they both pull you
that
into
one
the
was
hive.
fine.
And you're in the hive. They take you deep in. It's dark, it's hot, it's loud. They bring you into a chamber.
Awesome.
But this chamber doesn't have honey in it. This chamber is deeper inside the hive.
They're gonna feed you to the babies.
It's a nursery. The cells are like that, and they're filled
At
with
least I
these
didn't die of allergies.
grubs.
That's all I ask.
And they start pulling pieces off of you and
Oh,
feeding you to the grubs.
okay. Well, I didn't die of allergies.
Nope, just died of bee.
Just died of bee.
Asto, you're having a great time.
I am
The
having a
walls,
great time.
harvesting honey.
My new life
Can
is
this
pretty
go on
awesome.
for like? Can we have like 3 more hours of just Osto as a bee?
I feel like though there's this like overall this life is pretty awesome and satisfying, but I have this one like just burning nugget in my brain that I feel like I need to address and with my queen.
Mhm.
I'm new to being a bee, so I'm not sure how it works. Like I try like my queen, are you there, my queen? I have something to ask of you, my queen, if I may be so bold.
Yeah, she's like, come here and impregnate me.
Sure, no problem.
About
You
to get
push through
sexy.
more. Kevin, you like have to squeeze. Like wings are a little bit bigger, so a little bit fuzzier, and you can crawl. Your ribs really hurt. It feels like your bones are like turning soft and migrating outward, and two more legs are kind of sprouting out of your chest here. They're kind of
Now
stubby still,
assuming
but
that all of the
they help.
giant bees we have seen have been other animals that got converted.
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
you
ask,
eventually
like-
make it to this big chamber,
Right.
where there's a giant, like it's like the size of
Sexy ass bee.
like a shipping container. It's just she's just like huge, long, and just like hot as fuck.
Never seen anything so beautiful.
And yeah, you do the thing.
Well, before I want to ask her for, I want to be like, my queen. Obviously, I'm going to do your bidding regardless. So this is not
you're gonna do it.
this is no kind of bargain or anything like that. But I'm going to be the most loyal and amazing worker you've ever had, and may I, as your humble servant, ask you a favor? Is that I'm new to the bee world? Is that okay?
Ask
I
away,
don't mean-
stud.
I will be able to settle here and be absolutely content and happy with my new bee life, and the most valuable bee servant you will ever have had. If only we can all come together as a swarm and kill Ahino and all his works. What do you say, Queenie?
I don't know who that is. And I
You,
don't care.
I can trust me. He hates bees. He hates bees.
Then let him come and dive in. What happens after the mating happens?
Kick.
I want to say that that I work my way up in bee society, and that on occasion when we are out scouting for pollen, me and a few buddies will find an Ahino work and just sting the shit out of it till it's ruined. So
I think before that happens, that disease is
that's
actually
right,
going
the
to spread
disease.
pretty
Oh,
quickly.
no.
What about the disease?
Yeah, within hours,
I
it
don't
spread
think
throughout
this
the
is
hive.
real.
I know how
And-
real bees work, but these are like crazy, fantasy
Magic
giant
bees.
dog bees that may not work like real world bees.
But you definitely catch the pox,
Well, that sucks.
and
Aw.
And spread it to
surrounded
He's
Ahino?
like, oh, he's old on his deathbed.
Can I give Ahino the pox as my last
by
death?
hive collapse. You don't make it out of the hive.
Ahino is like thriving. Ahino is living his best life.
Yeah, that's the last
Fucking
shot of this.
Ahino.
It's like,
And you die under a pile of dead giant bees.
Oh,
And that is Trophy Dark.
meanwhile, at Ahino's studio, this is your finest work yet.
I call it hive collapse. Whatever I paint comes true.
And my brother dies in prison.
Mhm. And no one ever gets the knowledge that's from ancient Calder.
Oh, right, yeah.
Probably for the best.
But hey, I mean, I enjoyed my brief time as a bee. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's short.
It's the
short
happiest
good
I've seen Osto.
time. And probably Pox and Scourge get together, and man, it's gonna be a bad time for the forest. Let me tell you.
We just destroyed the forest.
Yeah, probably for the best, but
I am
We
adding
may
my
not have achieved our goals, but
for the character keeper.
in the end, our sacrificer did do the world a service.
Got rid of
maybe.
that damn forest.
You see, like the next batch of adventurers coming in, like, okay, why why is everything dead in here? We just got in the forest.
Well,
We
I'm
gotta get
sure
some honey.
Well, What's
sure
this
there's
giant
nothing
wet
bad
field
here
of dead
to, like,
plants?
keep going.
It'd be
Why are
funny
all
if
these
Trophy
giant
Dark.
millipedes curled up?
We should do Trophy Dark Legacy,
Oh,
so that you
God.
have to go into the world that the last people left.
That's trophy gold.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
You just do more and more.
Yeah, so trophy gold is super cool. It's basically like it's more adventure-y, so you can actually go and get treasure and come back and get better and do cool stuff.
Oh.
One of the, I mean, there is ruin, so
Oh, okay.
oh, and it's the same deal as Orion. Like, if you don't come back with enough treasure to cover your shit, that's the end for you. But one of the things you can do is run other Trophy Dark adventures to set up the world that you're going adventuring in.
Oh my god!
So like you have your main ones, and then you have like there's a group of jackoffs that fuck up the forest, and then more people have to go in and see what happens.
Like, is that game that we just played?
Mhm.
Like, could we have achieved our goals? Is that even a possibility in the game?
Probably, maybe. The little bit of fiction at the beginning of the book is like, you know, we made it through the forest, and there's razor vines, and I lost a couple of fingers, and the other two like set the guy on fire, and the other guy stabbed the other guy, and I made it out with like one leg. But you, young adventurer, I've got a map for this temple, so maybe you can go get one of these things back for us. I'll split it with you. You go in, and yeah. So I don't know that I've heard anyone actually get
Winning.
out with the stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like I've definitely seen like one out of the batch survive and get out with, you know, a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't think it's really intended for winning.
Yeah, it feels like you could win it, but you'd be sort of working against the game.
Yeah, I was ready for you guys to walk out because they're like just rolling sixes all day. So I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna walk in, fuck some shit up, and fly out on their pet bees with the honey. And then all of a sudden, it just
There was a good
turned.
shape there too, and it was, I guess, it's super random, but like that it was like, oh, super bad in like the fourth circle
Mhm.
or third circle, and we were like, oh, we're not gonna make it. And I was like, I just want one of us to make it so we can. I was like, once also made it in, I was like, all right, we can retire.
We're good.
But it's like story-wise, we were all getting through all the challenges, but also betraying each other and making it so we couldn't work as a team at the end.
Yeah, the betrayal stuff is like such a nice touch. Because this is the core of it's based on Cthulhu Dark, which is like Call of Cthulhu, except your characters are like, what's your name? What's your occupation? Name one thing you're good at. Cool. That's your character. And then there's the sanity roll or the insight roll now that starts at 6 and goes down. Or you start at 1 insight and goes up, just like Ruin does. But when you get to 5, you can start making rolls by like destroying old tomes and like getting rid of mythos artifacts and, you know, whatever. So like to fix that, it's like, oh, I'm gonna like fuck up the mythos. Great. This is like, no, you're fucking up the other people.
Yeah.
It's such a really great twist on it. Good for what it is.
No, totally. It's
like I feel like once one of us was possessed by a demon periodically, it's like, yep, that's gonna bite us eventually.
Well, and I love games like this that have a mechanic like that, and also that it doesn't matter that we all know what's going on. And so, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter like, oh yeah, I do this because I'm betraying him. And it doesn't matter that all the other players know that as opposed to some games, you know, like you gotta send secret notes or whatever because the other players can't actually know you're betraying the party or whatever. And this one doesn't matter. It's like story.
Yeah. It's like the actor at the end of Romeo and Juliet is not going to be like, I know she's not dead, so I'm just going to hang out. Like, we can play this and it'll be cool, even if you know the thing. I like mechanically, like with the reduction roll, it's like part of the rule is you do the thing, but they don't notice. So
yeah.
Like,
well, that's what's fun is like the fact that you're being pulled by forces, and so you're kind of like thinking of like how would I insidiously try to like subtly betray the other people in my party or whatever.
And as one of the other people,
and that could be just
you
like,
haven't-
oh, I lost the map. Oh well.
Yeah.
Blair Witch.
It's like it's fun if there is information that your character does not have, that opens up the mechanic of getting your character into even more trouble because they don't know the one thing.
Yeah. I love the mouth reveal. It's like, oh, we all know that, but right, you guys, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Eating a dog.
Yeah, I don't think I'd put that together until we played this time, and I was like, oh, we don't know that this stuff has been happening, or we'd probably be really concerned.
Yeah, I really like the separating y'all in the second ring there, and then like shit happens and you come back and who knows.
Oh, was there any backstory to the half-eaten man we found?
Oh yeah, he is a nursery. He's a nursery. They've built a hive in his chest with lots of little bee grubs. And if you fuck with it, disturbing this nursery triggers an attack by flying, stinging bees that erupt from the exposed chest. The activity also attracts the attention of a pack of dog-sized ground-based soldier bees who chase the treasure hunters deeper into the woods.
Wow.
So yeah, like, okay, they're not touching them. Great, good. That's fine.
So he was actually being really nice to us. Of like,
yeah,
no.
He was like, go home. Yeah. This no good. Go home.
Don't want this happening to you.
Bad touch.
Oh man.
Oh, doomed.
Yeah, there's lots of, like the sort of suggested thing, like if everyone goes into the tunnel, it's like, okay, cool, the first person like may be able to get the the thing they're after, but the only way, like there's enough for them and the only way back is through the other people.
Yeah.
How heavy is that knife in your hand? Do you try and carve your way out, or do you try to carve your way out? Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Pretty great.
And this was the same writer as the one who did Brindlewood Bay?
This is the same publishing company. So this is Jesse Ross. He did Trophy and Trophy Gold. And then Jason Cardova did Brindlewood Bay and The Between, which they share some DNA, but they're both published by the Gauntlet Publishing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And Jason did a lot of work on this, like all the stuff. That's cool. There's a bunch of fucked up incursions in this.
We got one of the ones.
Yeah, this is actually one of the more tame ones, I think. There's one called Mother, which yeah, that's fucked up. There's I think the pit, the plantation. Let me show you the graphic for the plantation.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
All I see is a hog's head floating in space.
Right, he's holding a cleaver.
Yeah. It's a cannibal farm. It's real bad. Pigman Cannibal Farm.
Pigman Cannibal Farm, one of my favorite bands.
Yep. Yeah, and again, they all got the circle structure.
Definitely
so it's
prog
like,
rock.
oh, we're just kind of like hanging out. Something's weird here. Oh, there's skulls. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, now we're the cannibal pigmen.
Yeah.
A lot of cannibalism in these. Yeah. I was kind of like keeping in the back of my mind a couple things of like, oh, Osto's turning into a bee. Osto still wants to eat bees.
I know. I was like, are they mad
That could
at
go
him
real
because
wrong.
he's eaten so many of them, or does he still eat them?
Yeah, I was kind of
Yeah,
thinking
does he
about
still
that
have the
too.
demon?
Yeah, I think maybe the mind of the hive overpowered the demon to some extent. There's a lot of them.
That demon is now no longer going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
So the crops actually around in that surrounding area do really, really well.
Except for the other demon.
Except for the pox.
Like Pox takes care of the people and the animals. Scourge takes care of the plants and everything. Got this place covered.
It's like Chernobyl now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is anything going to remain in a few years after our little adventure?
Yeah, probably just like those giant wax ruins.
Just that moose. It's just the one moose walking
Yeah,
around.
it was just like, I told you guys, just follow me out, man. Yeah.
I tried to show you the way.
And the giant hive probably has a lot of treasure dropped by other people who went in, which would be the reason to go through the plague lands and the desiccated forest. It's like mountains of treasure embedded in this ruined wax mountain.
Pile of wax. Giant pile of pestilent wax.
Yeah. And probably some possessed bees.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
I kind of like, there's, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. There's 22 incursions that come with the base Trophy Dark game. And I kind of want to like run them all. Just like put space on the calendar and say like, who wants to play Trophy Dark? I like running this is interesting because the incursions are like each ring is a page, and it's just like, here's some things, here's some like scenes or impressions or things that might happen, and you really have to, it feels like the GM has to do a lot of work to tie it together and tie it into the characters.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe if I just run all of them, I'll get better at them. And they're good, like 2 shots each, so that's 44. That's less than a year. I could do that.
New project.
Maybe someday. New project. Speaking of, any ideas for what we want to do next?
Well, I could see what kind of schedule Jesse is on for the Hades.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
I'm still interested in that.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah, we could. I think we were talking about aiming maybe for next Sunday as well.
Oh, okay, just strictly scheduling.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not available on Friday.
Yeah, I'm not available Friday or Saturday, so I think that's why we mentioned possibly throwing it to Sunday next week as well. Oh wait, no, but I've got rehearsal 2 to 5 on Sunday, so that I'm available after that though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm available on the evening of the 5th.
Yeah, we could do another whatever 6 or 7 on Sunday if we want, or if
Yeah.
anyone's available.
I think on
Yeah, let
the
me
5th I
double
might
check.
be, I don't know. So Heidi Rogers has a birthday party. I'm writing a LARP for them.
Oh my!
And I don't know if I'm supposed to be participating in it or not.
I think we're
that-
not invited. Yeah.
That might be on the 5th you're talking about.
That's on the 5th. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I need to talk with Kenny about that and see. There's 13 characters to play, and I think there's only 11 people going. So I don't know. I'll find out.
I'll go if I'm paid. Just kidding.
Are people busy on Saturday, I guess?
Yeah, I've got an out of town gig,
Hmm.
so yeah, I've got to be in Houston by like 3 o'clock on Saturday, I think.
Okay.
My schedule's like super open almost every day now. It's
Yeah,
weird, like not being in shows all the time. I have a lot of free time.
Weird how that works.
Weird.
I've just had a weird spate of busyness, which is awesome. But then,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
after that, like the weekend after that, I'm totally free. The weekend after that, I'm totally free. Weekend after that,
Yeah,
is
then we get the holidays.
Christmas
Yeah.
weekend. And I'm
Oh
totally-
yeah. Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'm house sitting but free.
Nice.
Friday the 31st is New Year's Eve, and I have a gig.
Oh good.
Mhm.
I'd be concerned if you
I actually usually don't. I mean, I haven't in a long time.
Oh.
There was a long spate of time when I played every New Year's Eve, and then there was a long spate of time when I didn't play New Year's Eve anymore.
Oh.
Oh.
And then what's weird is the gig is not a New Year's Eve party; it's a wedding
Oh cool.
on New Year's Eve. I think partially because they didn't want to pay the premium New Year's Eve party rates.
Yeah.
So it's actually we're done early. We're done by like 10 p.m. or something like that night.
Ooh. Any if the it's Amber, right? The
Yeah, yeah. Which I know
that might
nothing
be
about.
on a different day. It's a diceless game. It's
Uh-huh.
several decades old, but pretty highly regarded. So
Okay.
I might have a copy somewhere.
Just like Mark.
Yeah. Other than that, anything anyone feels like doing theme-wise? I've got a fun cyberpunk game. Oh yeah, we got a fun cyberpunk game where it's GMless. Everyone plays different factions and stuff, and it's like a big. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But it's called Remember Tomorrow.
I'm down for anything. Although
Yeah,
I
you're
am
button.
still also intrigued
about-
by our discussion of the actual next season of Pandemic as well.
Oh yeah.
Or
Pandemic
what
Zero.
about My Body is a Cage?
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah. So I just got a game that kickstarted called My Body is a Cage. The design is fucking amazing. I just got the hardcover book as part of it. And if you know or have played the Persona games, yep, there it is. Look at this shit. It's great.
I've heard a lot about them, but have not played them.
This is just fucking amazing design. It's like every page is some different crazy awesomeness. But the premise is basically you are normal people that spend 2/3 of their lives at work or having family problems or whatever, and you play out a little bit of that. When you go to sleep, your dreams are a dungeon and you're a wizard or whatever, and you go through the dungeon and fight monsters that are based on your personal shit, and if you get treasure, you get to bring it back to your real life, which helps make your life not suck.
That sounds fascinating.
I don't know how it plays, but the book is great and the concept is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm always down for literally anything.
Yeah. Is My Body is a Cage, is that a GM-less one you said? Or
I don't think so. No, I think that's more it falls kind of in OSR territory. So it's like rules light-ish, old school-ish. A lot of like, you have a couple abilities, maybe roll against them, but like a lot of dungeon master stuff going on. There's a bunch of sample adventures in the back, so there's a lot of cool stuff.
That might also make a good show, the improv show.
Oh yeah. Fight your demons.
But it has to have a musical number.
And a choreographed dance at the beginning. And we have to have a list of
Welcome to our Twitch stream. Shit on everything.
Welcome to Salty Twitch.
Hello, Salty Twitch. We do not like any theater.
No, we just like theater too much.
Love too much.
Yeah, so I'll look at a couple things. I'll read through that and see what it looks like running, and we'll see what our next time is.
I'm up for whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm also available other days that are not weekends too, if folks want to do a different day for whatever.
Obviously, I'm a freelancer. Time has no meaning to me.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Except for mornings.
Yeah.
Just don't exist.
Propose something before noon, I'd still probably do it just because I love y'all, but I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have to set an alarm.
Remember, I'm an hour ahead, so
That's
noon is afternoon for me.
Cool. I'll put together the list of stuff and see what happens.
Speaking of,
Awesome.
I'm gonna teach people in Spain's time zone tomorrow. So
Oh God, go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have a shower and wash the remains of this prosthetic goop off me.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
I still have I can still feel like the prosthetic remover like in my eyebrows. Like, they're kind of greasy.
All right. Well,
Oh,
thank
cool.
you for running this, Mark.
Yeah, super fun.
Thanks for playing.
Everyone.
It was nice to play
We'll
again.
see y'all next time.
See y'all next time.